Whoa, look at all the emotes. Thank you so much for the sub to start us out here. Welcome, everybody. We're 20 Sides to Every Story. Tonight we are streaming day 3, night 3 of Extra Life Tabletop Weekend, and we're closing things off with an adventure that I wrote for Goodman Games called 7 Days of the Serpent God. And so I've got 5 victims players here that have signed up and are ready to roll, and we're gonna get started with this and have a lot of fun with it. I hope. Good to see. I see Casey out there. I see Jenna. I see Lyra, Zombie Joe. Do a little shout out to. Uh, I guess I better actually shout this out to Border Kingdoms Adventures. They were doing some Extra Life streams here earlier today, so go and give them a follow as we kick things off for the last night here. We've already raised. Oh, it looks like we must have gotten a donation. I hear a little huzzah going on in the background, so let's check out and see what that was. Looks like Casey. Oh man, everybody is loving on you guys. So my wife donated earlier to purchase a random magic item from the auction house. And here's Casey, who loves the word random. He donated $50 to the incentive purchase a random magic item from the auction house. So I think narratively, like, this is going to start in the auction house with you guys just hauling away a big crate full of loot that apparently you just purchased. But we'll get to all of that here in just a second. Thank you, Casey, for the donation. Let's talk a little bit about that. Donations. We've killed our goal for the weekend. It's awesome. We set out to raise $500. We are at $1,100, and so we just have to keep pushing the incentives on that. So if we raise $400 more tonight, we get to $1,500. I was going to do one giveaway tonight, where I was going to do a giveaway of a copy of the module. We'll do a second one if we hit 1,500. So that being said, that giveaway is open right now. So if you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is type into the Twitch chat !ticket, and you'll redeem your ticket to get pulled for the giveaway at the end of the session here. Everybody gets one ticket, limited one ticket. It should the little thing, the stream elements should tell you if you got your ticket and if it worked and everything like that. So start queuing up for that, and we'll pull it at the end of the session, and then hopefully we'll be pulling 2. So hey, Ryan's out there too. Ryan was in the game last night, so it's awesome to see you come back and support us here tonight. So the other thing is, if you are unaware, your donations can impact the game. So if you check out the link to the Extra Life, which I will pop up into the chat here for you, that'll take you to our donation portal. And that's where you can, for $5, you can redeem a reroll for the players. $10, you can do the same for me. $20, you can get 5 rerolls. That'll be... And for the players' sake, I know some of you, this might be your first time jumping on stream with us. The rerolls, they just enter a pool. And I have a little thing on the overlay here that says this is how many rerolls you have left. You just use those. Anybody can grab them and use them as you want. And remember, the chat won't buy you more unless you use them. So burn through them, and we'll raise some money for children's health here. What was the other thing for I believe another $20 donation you can do is a boon of healing. Basically, they'll get a little I basically treat it as like kind of a free action, like potion of healing that gets dropped on a member of the party. So 2d4 plus 2 hit points back, especially if a character is down or something. That's kind of a handy one to donate for them. $50, you can redeem a wandering encounter, and we could, like, sometimes these charity games just end up everyone's redeeming wandering encounters, wandering monsters. We never even play the module. You're just fighting like random shit that is dumped into the game. Hopefully that won't be the case tonight, but you never know. And for one of the other $50 donations is this very popular random magic item thing. And so I hope we don't have too many, because I've only got on the table of auctioned items. There's only 8, so don't redeem more than 8 of them, because we'll run out of stuff. So, hey, I see. Oh, I think Zombie Joe is contemplating the wandering monster. It's very tempting. Yes, it is there. Let us know. I heard a little thing go off while we were talking. Let's see what that was. It looks like an anonymous redeemed. Oh, a GM reroll. So 1 for me. Thank you so much, anonymous. I don't know why the GM rerolls always come in as anonymous, but I guess that's just how that goes. So thank you so much.
If I were to buy a player reroll, would that come in anonymous?
You could do that. You guys could certainly, if you want to donate, you can donate and get your own rerolls. That's totally fair. So, all right, I think that's all the housekeeping we really need to talk about here on the front end. So I'm Alex. I'm the owner of the channel. We've been doing Extra Life here now this is our 7th year doing Extra Life. So it's a really great cause. We've had a lot of fun doing this. We started out with doing like 24-hour games. We'd stay up 24 hours and play a session of D&D, and like I can't do that no more. so we do smaller events like this now, but we still have a lot of fun playing games here on Twitch and chatting with the community and raising money. So I'm going to pass it over now to my players to introduce yourselves as a person. Tell us a little bit about maybe how you found 20 sides, how you came to start playing D&D, and then talk to us a little bit about the character that you're bringing in. And so I'm going to pick on Adrian first, because this isn't his first time doing this weekend, so he's already warmed up to talk about himself.
Yeah, I was up late last night, 1:30. I think we finished last night here, EST.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name's Adrian, and I came to 20 sides through DCC, Dungeon Crawl Classics. Then I've been streaming from time to time with the channel. Join us on the Discord. I'm trying to run a Delta Green game, and Alex is actually scheduled to play, so the more the merrier. I'll be playing Arwen Hawksinger, who is a warlock, who was a soldier who, wandering around some sort of forbidden place, came across an old tome, and he sort of got some powers because of it. And yeah, he fell in love with a wizard, a woman by the name of Avelina Bloom, but she disappeared, and he begged one of the elder gods to help him find her, and that's how he got into this pact with one of the great old ones. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I saw we had a donation come in for a boon of healing already. I don't know if I've ever had anyone redeem a boon of healing outside of like a critical moment, so I'm adding a little thing to my overlay real quick just to say you've got one in your back pocket if you need it. So someone goes down or you just want... Go ahead.
Or that someone knows that something's coming that we don't.
Apparently, yeah. Hey, Wasabi Burger is in the house. Wasabi Burger does a lot of... I don't know if you're doing live streams anymore, but I know on YouTube you got a lot of DCC videos, so definitely check that out. And he says, nice to see Adrian here. He's a great player. Has had him in one of his DCC games before, so it's always good to see familiar faces. Thanks for stopping by, Wasabi Burger. That's awesome. And let us know, are you doing Twitch streaming? If so, I can do a little shout out to you real quick. We'll do it anyway. I don't know. We'll shout you out anyway. Follow Wasabi Burger. Haven't in a while, but go ahead and give them the follow. That's the only way to know when they go live. So, all right, let's move over next then to Nathan.
Hey, I'm Nathan. I came to 20 sides during the community Temple of Elemental Evil campaign. I've been playing D&D for 40 years off and on, so Today I'll be playing Barabbas Barrelbreaker. If you can't tell by the name, he's a dwarf. He's a follower of Geb. He's a earthen, like desert god, and he kind of went on a pilgrimage, lived off on his own, and found in game. Well, in reality, they're gauntlets of ogre strength, but I have named them earthen gauntlets of Geb to keep up with that. And his life domain, he's come back to try to heal the things that are going wrong in the world.
Awesome. Good to have you back. It's been a while. And
glad to be back.
Let's go next over to Scott.
Hi, all. Scott, I'll be playing George tonight. He's a variation of a character that we'd had in a previous online thing here in the fall. I've been 20 sides since 2017. I mostly work overseas, and it was nice to have an online community of people that I could join up with and observe no matter where I was in the world. And it's always been good to have that. George is a fighter, mostly traveled in similar fighter circles, fighting as a soldier. Eventually got a good gig as a swordsman trainer at the Officers Academy, and he was living a good life until one of his former students brought him over to solve a small problem. Turned out that problem was magical, and no one had the means to defeat it, and everyone was dying. And as George was one of the last men standing, his benefactor had passed him like this family medal and said, please get this, to my family. And whatever it was within that medal, something magical, had given him the ability to have a power in his blade that could affect the attacker and scare it off and save his benefactor. And that's led him to kind of refine his religion about what it was that gave him power to finally overcome that. And he's here because he's been trying to track down what it was that attacked him. And that's led him here.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott. It looks like you guys have a lot of fans in the audience here. The Potato Lion says, so many awesome players. Roadkiller Isaac says, yes, this is great. Lyra agrees. So you got a lot of fans on your side. So hopefully that translates into some PC rerolls and boons of healing and such.
Yeah, just don't kill us, Alex. I mean,
well,
just that easy. Give what the fans want.
I'll try. I don't always know what that is, but I'll do my best. Let's move next to Bo.
All right. Looks like I disappeared somehow, but you still hear me though, right?
I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man. I came around actually when you and Scott were playing. I found you guys on YouTube. That's how I discovered this channel. When you were playing the Underdark one. Dang it, what was it called? The Into the Abyss. Yeah. So it's kind of an honor to be here with you both. And the character we're playing tonight is Gitzeray. Dusk is the moniker he goes by. Kind of rhymes with his real name, probably. Although I didn't think to make that up. I'm nervous, man. It's been a while since I was here. Yeah. And that's about that, man. He's kind of a roguey type character, kind of an inventor of sorts as well. And
awesome.
Yeah. And like I was telling these guys, I'm gonna try to put together a little accent. I'm terrible at them though, so feel free in the chat to cancel it if you want. Just throw some X's in there or something, or give some money to the kiddos to shut me up.
Yeah, I didn't have that one set up. $10 to cancel an accent. That's actually pretty good. We could have I don't know. We could reintroduce the Adam Sandler and or Pauly Shore accents from a charity game once upon a time. We just got a reroll or a set of rerolls from Jenna. So thank you, Jenna, for the $20 donation. So you guys are going to have 5 rerolls at your disposal as we get started here. So, all right, and let's go next to Renee.
All right. Hey, everybody. Renee. First of all, thank you for tuning in and for contributing to such a great cause. It's one of my favorite causes, and I encourage everyone to spread the good word. I first met Alex actually a few weeks ago at GaryCon. It was great. He was there with Isaac running a few games for, I think it was for Goodman Games. I think it was Road to Whiterun or something along those lines. Don't kill me for completely butchering that name, but yeah, had a great time. Invited me to the Discord, and so yeah, really excited to meet you all for the first time and to play this one shot. So I will be playing someone by the name of Amon. He is a druid. I would say that the previous Amir was really big into collecting exotic animals from throughout his kingdom. So that includes not only just the desert lands, but also his lands include like woodlands and the sea, forests, the tundra, that sort of thing. And so he would send out rangers and all sorts of folks to go and acquire some of these exotic animals. And mysteriously, one of them never came back. And so 20 years later, you have Amon, who is the son of this one of his rangers, come back with, dreams of visiting the big city and seeing what adventures are in store for him.
Awesome. Good to have you here. Yes, we do go to a lot of conventions and we meet a lot of people that way. So if you're ever at a gaming convention and you see one of us walking around with a 20 sides, whatever, come talk to us and chat with us. We'd love to hang out, grab a beer, talk about the games, run a game impromptu, you name it. We love doing that. The next one I'm going to be at won't be until Gen Con, but we'll be there in August in Indianapolis. We're going to be actually continuing the thing, Renee, that you were talking about, the Castle White Rock series. So we'll be doing the next couple here in a few months. So awesome. Thanks, guys. We're going to get started here. So basically, kind of the context, I guess, where we are headed with the adventure is you've all found yourselves, we're going to say, I think that this group of 5 here is, you've been adventuring together for a while and have done a few expeditions out into like various ruins and done some like treasure hunting and such, whatever, for whatever reasons. And this is a moment to head to a city and kind of maybe sell off some of the things that you found, spend some of your coin, kind of get some rest and relaxation, because today you find yourself in the city of Shadhalia, which is the capital of the nation of Caesarea. And this week is a very special week because it is the market festival called the 7 Days of Gold. And it is a very attractive place for not just adventurers like yourselves to find themselves, but a lot of merchants descend upon this city during this week, because it becomes the largest market in the world during this week. It's one of those events where the out of town populace just like eclipses the local populace, like it, and there's all sorts of people like kind of camping outside the town, the city limits. A lot of different vendors and merchants from very far distant lands come with very unique and exotic goods. And it's also a time when some very eccentric type of characters will only sell during this week. And so people will come long and far to find these types of individuals who only show their face during this sort of sacred holiday. It is in part a religious holiday also, because any merchants who worship the god Taphoris, who is basically a market and commerce god, will come to the city, and they are hopefully they had a good year and will be able to give their donation to the Church of Taphoris, that is sort of looked on not just as a tithe to the church, but also as an investment that the god might look favorably upon them in their future dealings and such. But you all are together, and you find yourselves, I guess, to start things off, maybe you were spending some coin at the auction house. There's a very famous auction house in Caesarea where A lot of very unique items are put up for sale on the auction block. And let's see, you got two things that your group is going to start off with. And so let's have, I'm just going to roll randomly here to see. Let's have Renee, you're going to roll for one of them. I want you to roll a D8. And Bo, you're going to roll the other one. So roll me a D8, both of you.
Let me know if you saw that.
Let's see. I saw a 1 from Bo. I don't know.
Rolled an 8.
You rolled an
Hopefully
8?
low is good. I hope. Oh, or high is good. Yeah.
Okay. So Renee, you said you rolled an 8.
Yeah, I promise I'm not fudging my rolls.
Oh no. So you were in a kind of a bidding contest with a number of nobles and ended up the winner of this very interesting stained glass lantern that when they put these objects up on display, and they'll sell a little story about what it is, and so they said that this was a lantern that once lit the great temple in a now ruined city that had been recovered. And basically this item that you are getting is a lantern of revealing.
Wow.
Nice.
I I like stare at it for the next hour straight. I can't pry my eyes away from it.
And you got it for like a deal, like it was, you know that you could resell this elsewhere for like 10 times what you ended up getting it for. So for anyone in the group that doesn't know what a lantern of revealing does, it sheds light. It works just like a hooded lantern would, but invisible creatures and objects become visible in its light. So kind of a cool object to obtain here. And then Bo, your character, you rolled a 1. So you, for whatever reason, became very like you saw this item and you just had to have it. And it is this like very decorative wind fan. It has a short handle made of a very like rare wood that only originates in this area. In there's like an oasis some distance away, and like there's like these rare trees, and one of them was felled, and its wood was used to like make the frame of the fan. It's composed of ostrich feathers, and it is said the story that they told about this is that it once belonged to a halfling princess from the nation of Gajaria. And so you went into a bidding contest. There's another halfling here who like really like just wearing like these like lavish silks and gaudy gold jewelry and everything. Like it's just like it was exuding wealth. And you upbid this like so much. Like you basically cashed like all of your money in to like obtain this item. Maybe just for the story, but it turns out that it is also a magic item also, and it is a wind fan. And so while you're holding this fan, you can use an action to cast Gust of Wind with a save DC of 13. Once it's used, the fan can't be used again until the next dawn.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Once used, the fan shouldn't be used again until the next dawn. Each time it is used thereafter has a cumulative 20% chance of tearing and becoming useless. So,
Well, old Dusky's got got fans. The plane's over, so might as well buy this one. Sorry.
So while you're gathered here, there are all sorts of items that are going up for auction. Maybe as our story is beginning, you can see that someone, the current thing that the auctioneer has put up on the dais is an earthen decanter. and he's like opening it up, and as he opens it up, you can hear this like very far away female voice kind of singing this beautiful melodic song in a language that you don't understand. And he is telling a story about, you know, this decanter is a receptacle that holds whatever you need it for, but the voices that you hear from within come from the elemental plane of water, and they are these spirits, these elemental spirits that sing to you through it. And you know, you can see a lot of faces are being turned, a lot of ballots are being prepared to get raised and such. And it is crowded. The auction house where you are standing, it's just like this big open hall. In total, it's about 30 feet by 20 feet. And it is crowded and very kind of chaotic. You can see a woman that you have identified as the head auctioneer. She actually steps off the stage after she presents the earthenware, and you can see one of her attendants take her place, and she kind of like maneuvers through the crowd and exits the auction hall.
This is the woman that presented the decanter, departed before bids were done.
Yeah, she was the one that has been like overseeing all of the auctions thus far. So as you were buying the fan, as you were buying the lantern, she was the one that was running all of that. Any of you can make a insight check. Okay. So as these are all coming in, basically anybody, I see Dusk, Amon, both of you, you notice that like she made some kind of gesture as she is talking to the person that is whispering into her ear to take her place. She makes some kind of gesture that kind of looks like she's signaling that like time is up. And there's like definitely like a certain degree of impatience, and she looks very upset and kind of frantic as she's kind of she's being very rude to her patrons and just kind of shoving them out of the way as she makes her way outside.
Boy, Puff, got somewhere to be, have you?
Meanwhile, raise my hand, Alex, to take a bid. I'm completely oblivious to the fact that she's even leaving.
Okay. Are you interested in bidding on this decanter?
Yeah, I feel that these women that are trapped inside there shouldn't be trapped in there and should be free. I don't know what they're singing.
So the opening bid, the auctioneer that takes her place says, okay, we will now entertain opening bids. Opening bid will start at 150 gold pieces. And you raise your ballot. Make an intimidation check.
What a strength. Well, that's not going to go well with a 9.
With a 9, okay. There are like 3 other individuals that raise and like quickly escalate the bid to the point that it gets up to 225 is the current bid that is on the table.
Old. Stand up. Raise my bid again.
Okay, how much do you raise it by?
I raised it to 300.
To 300. Okay, so you're gonna do another intimidation check, but this time you're gonna get a +2 bonus on that.
Okay. I'm not going to do well.
You do have rerolls.
Yeah, I mean, we only have them because we have them. We'll try it again.
All right.
Even though the chances of success are super low.
Okay, and then with the +2 bonus, that'll be a 17, right?
Yeah.
So you knock out two of the nobles drop out. Like, there were three people that were like bidding with you. Two of them drop out, and now you just have one. He does raise it to 325.
Look around. Compadres, any of you willing to join me to spice this bid up a bit? Like
Could
him
I
more.
could I actually head over to that guy and try and intimidate him and prevent him from making another bid?
What does it look like? Is it like
Oh, I just go behind him and I press something sharp into his side and say, "Hey, how about coming over here with me for a second?"
okay? Make an intimidation check.
19.
Hopefully you pass the dexterity test to not actually stab him.
It's enough that he doesn't get his next bid in. So Scott, what do you put your bid at after he raised it 325?
I put it at 400.
400.
That'll be the last bid.
So he just kind of like, you could hear him like grinding his teeth as he feels the sharp of your blade, but he doesn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else, and then I'll just like fade into the crowd.
He curses you as you fade away, but the auctioneer declares sold and motions for you to come up and collect a voucher, and you'll use that voucher then to collect your item at. There's like all these like little kind of like windows, kind of booths that are in the walls where people get their ballots and exchange coin and get their items after the conclusion of the auction. So yeah, you can collect your voucher and then collect it's a decanter of endless water.
I just like the pretty voices.
So as you were all kind of maybe collecting your items and trying to decide, what to do with the rest of your day, it is early morning or mid-morning. It's like 10 a.m. or so. You notice that there is a rustling amongst the crowd. Somebody runs in from outside and just declares, "The Emir! The Emir is here! Come on!" And like everybody, you could just see like their eyes light up. And this is an exciting moment, all of the women, men, even the children are just like scrambling forward and like make for the exit. So luckily this is like a columned entrance. Like there's no doors. This is just like free form. And so everybody has like a pretty easy time, and they're not like Black Friday shopping and like stampeding each other to death. Everybody gets outside quickly, but you notice that there is some degree of urgency as people are making their way out.
Is that the same way that the auctioneer went, or did she go a different direction?
Yeah, she went the same way initially.
Alman
Georgie.
runs outside to get a good look at the Emir, who he's heard a lot about but has never seen before.
Oi, Georgie, 400 quid for a bottle of water. You could have got a belly full of ale for half the price.
Free water with music. Forever. In a desert, I think the free water is going to go a long way. When we go a long way. You're welcome to have a drink. 10, 15 a pop every time you come empty.
Oh, Georgie.
I'm just kidding you. Take on your voice and your attitude for a while, but I'm no good at it. Free water whenever you want. We can take showers with this. We can drink from it. We can play little games with it. Chase each other around. This thing's a ball.
Showers and drinking not in that order, I hope.
You can do it however you choose to. Even with company. A lot of days in the service, we used to all have that group shower.
So Dusk and George are engaging in a bit of conversation about the prizes won. Amon is heading outside to kind of get a glimpse of what's going on. How about Arwen and Barabbas?
Well, you guys are talking about water sports. We need to go outside and find out where that auctioneer went.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm interested in, is the auctioneer.
So as you guys start to head outside, basically where we are on this map of Shadhalia, where your token is where the auction house is, and you can see that people are basically heading south. And your best guess is that people are probably heading down to this main street that leads right up to the Royal Palace, as that's like kind of the widest boulevard that you've seen. It's kind of the main street. It's from what you've seen of the merchants, it seems to be where the most squabbles about where people are setting up storefronts are. A lot of people yelling like, "This is my spot. I come here every year," and like other people saying, "Well, I got here first," and a lot of that kind of thing. So that's like the prized real estate, is that street there, and so it seems like that's where most people are rushing towards. But the auctioneer, she is kind of standing on the corner of the block where the auction house is, and you can see she's looking like up and down the streets. It looks like she's like looking around expectantly for somebody, or looking out for, in anticipation of meeting somebody.
So it doesn't look like she's waiting for the Emir, basically.
She is not following she's not following the crowd.
Should we just keep an eye on her, or does anybody want to approach her?
I was unaware that she had done anything suspicious, so I'm curious what you guys are doing.
Amon notices that Arwen has kind of slipped away and is walking toward the auctioneer, and so he follows.
She would notice that you two are approaching. She's stunningly beautiful. She's a human noble, just based on like her dress and appearance. Like she's dressed in the kind of in a upper class but customary way for Shadhalia, so you get the sense that she's likely a local. She's wearing a shimmering gown that kind of subtly changes hue, especially now that it is out in the sun. Like it just kind of like 1 second it's green, and then just subtly over the next like passing minute or so it'll slowly turn to blue, slowly turn to like an indigo purple. Like it just keeps rotating out. And she sees you walking, and she kind of like suddenly you have her attention. She says, "Are you the ones that Janish sent? Do you have the jar?" Yeah, you're looking at me with a vacant stare. I'm guessing you're not.
No, but what would that jar look like? Who Janish?
Janish, he is the great art collector. We had a contract. He was going to sell one item from his collection at my auction house. That's why all these people are here. And now they're gone because it was supposed to happen this morning, and now I've lost my audience because of the Emir. Are you busy? You look like the lot that might be interested in a job, interested in earning some coin. It's quite expensive this week.
Oh yes, definitely.
It would be a quick, easy matter. I just need you to run across town and stop by Janish's art gallery and see what the holdup is. I'll give you each 20 gold now, and I'll give you 20 on your return.
And where do we meet you?
That's 2 drinks of water, in case you're keeping track.
Here, you bring the jar here ASAP.
Okay, a quick little jaunt to an art gallery.
Yeah, I shrug and I nod in assent.
I mean, it's going to be complicated to get across town now with the if the Emir has brought the entire traveling bazaar of Caesarea into town, but after that concludes, you'll be able to cross the boulevard and get over there. As soon as the parade is done, you cross the boulevard and you go to Janish's.
Okay. What does
You want to
everybody?
rescue some posh bird, do you? Listen here, mate. I ain't no knight in shining armor, but for the right price, I'll give it a bash. Toss me that 20 quid. Let's see if we can find this bird of yours.
She starts handing out coin, and she's like, I don't understand a word of what you said, but I'm assuming you all understand and speak the same language. Just go and get my thing.
Yeah, you got it.
Apparently, we're looking for a bird. All right. Alex,
it's
do
a
we know
jar,
anything
right?
about the parade?
No. It's not a bird. It's a jar.
Yeah,
I think Dust just calls everybody bird.
got it.
Yeah, a jar of sap, if I heard her correct.
So, Scott, you asked, do you
know about this parade, Alex?
Yeah, you probably know a bit just from being in town. So the Emir Shah Abbas is he's the ruler of the nation of Caesarea, but unlike most kings or queens that set up in the capital, he is rarely in the capital because he actually travels with it's called the Wandering Bazaar of Caesarea. And so basically a lot of the merchants that are set up here in town this week, after this week, will take to the road, and they will travel this entire desert nation and stop off at every locale that they can, set up for maybe a week or two at a time, and just go around and hawk their wares and set up deals, resource their where their goods come from, especially agricultural products and things like that. So the Emir is rarely in town, but there's a big parade that happens on the first day of the 7 days of gold where he comes home. And the reason that everybody is likely scrambling to get to the street is because he makes a big show of this. He throws coin from his palanquin, and it's like the Fourth of July parade, and he's just throwing gold out like it's candy, and everybody kind of runs up and tries to get a scoop up. And the parade ends when he makes it to the royal palace, where he stays for the 7 days, and a lot of foreign dignitaries will come here during this week because it's kind of their only time to pin him down and have conversations with him and work out trade deals and things like that.
And this guy Janish, have we seen him before?
It's possible. If he's an art collector, so a lot of the things that he collects and is the curator of are kind of antiques. He's not really a magic item guy. But make me a quick maybe history check, and anybody can do this. It's gonna be a high DC, but.
12. Ooh.
Hey, somebody knows something.
We'll say, George, you've heard about an art vendor in town. You don't know if it's this guy or not, but you know that his collection is primarily religious. Maybe it's the same guy.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're well suited for this sort of visit because he's a religious artifacts fella, and I think we got a few religious folk in the group. I think we'll be able to talk his language. We just got to get there. Any chance anyone has a means to get there faster? I'm assuming we can't just skip through the parade route, and it might take too long to box around it. But if someone were to be able to pop in, pop out, or go over it. And you guys got that kind of talents?
Do we
I
have
could
a
get my-
sense of how long this caravan is or this convoy?
Your best guess is it probably takes about an hour.
Okay. All right. So we do need to get creative.
I can get myself over there, no problem. Might be able to bring one of you puffs with me. Yeah, that's real nice.
Could
I
Frame
can,
with
I can
water,
turn into. I have an idea. I can turn into a bear, run out into the middle of this parade, freak people out. You all can pretend to be like animal wranglers, and then we'll dart in the other direction through the convoy.
Like that. I like that very much.
I like this idea. That's good.
All right. So
I've got a whip, crack,
Alex,
and make it
do you
seem
want me to
like
make
I'm
it
the
rolls?
tamer.
Sorry, there was a lot of crosstalk there. I didn't hear any of that.
Okay, so I decide to wild shape into a saber-toothed tiger.
Okay.
I run out into the middle of this convoy. I'm just trying to look mean. I like snarl. I look one way, my eyes are darting, and I'm trying to create a distraction.
Okay, and the rest of the
while
group
looking as menacing as possible.
and the rest of the group is just like following right behind there.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
pull out a rope
like,
and try to
like,
act like we're gonna wrangle it.
Right.
All right. Sounds good. So you all run forward. You get down to the kind of the main boulevard there. And you can see the streets are bustling, crowded by carts and tents and a lot of onlookers that have gathered and are flooding all the side streets that lead into the main street there. There's a very pleasant aroma that fills your nostrils of exotic foods. And some of the less appetizing odors carried in from pack animals and such that have traveled vast distances to get here, and it is as you have transformed into this this animal, you know, you're finding that like the chaos of the city is almost so much that there's sort of a delayed reaction to you a bit. But why don't you give me a, let's call it intimidation check using the statistics of the saber-toothed tiger. See if you can carve out a little path here.
All right. Intimidation. Let's see. 1
To
second.
possibly give him a help by
Ooh.
making a kind of an
Critical
announcement
fail.
there. Oh, that's not good.
Wait. But I heard that someone is helping me. Can I? Does that mean
I wanted to try to help. Yeah, stand out and oi, everyone stand back. We got a dangerous animal here. We'll be taking care of this. Leave it to the professionals.
All right, Dusk, why don't you make a performance check?
Who, me or? Oh yeah. Please.
That's probably not going to be great, but let's see how it goes. Yeah, the actual character is as bad as I am at this.
Can I assist in any way else with whip cracks?
Let me resolve this first thing. Dusk, did you do your performance check?
Oh yeah, it came in a 3 or a 2, I think.
Okay, yeah,
That's
solid. Nobody cares. You have to understand that there actually is a family of halflings that come into town, and they have all sorts of strange things. Like they've got manticores, they've got chimeras. Like the sight of a saber-toothed tiger, people might be just a little desensitized. In addition to the fact that there's just so much chaos happening.
Eamon, you might have to bite somebody.
Scott, you had a thing you wanted to do?
I was thinking I could just run out there cracking a whip overhead as though I'm trying to get its attention, which, the threat of human violence might add to the suspense of what's going on. But if they're already distracted and accepting that wild animals running loose in the streets is no big deal, they're not going to care about a wild animal loose on the street with a man trying to tame it.
I snarl and flinch at the crack of the whip, and I look at George and I like snarl viciously in his direction, hoping to draw like more attention from the crowd.
Oh man. Okay, we got to do something here. Ryan just redeemed a wandering encounter.
Oh goodness. Well, maybe that'll part the crowd.
I think the wandering
Somebody's decided
encounter.
they're going to take care of this.
Yeah, there's going to be there's basically a number of guards. Like the city is well secured during this festival. The Emir actually pays mercenaries in addition to the normal guard that he has, because this is such an important event to shake off. And so there's actually a couple of guards that step forward as they see this saber-toothed tiger running loose, and they're going to move ahead, and we'll say, yeah, we're going to say there's 4 of them. Give me 1 second. They're all wearing like basically like a half plate, like a breastplate, and they've got kind of these flowing cloaks that have the insignia of the nation of Caesarea on them, and they're all wielding long swords, and they kind of like they come from all sides and kind of encircle the group, and they move in front of the saber-toothed tiger that's like barreling through the crowd here, and they say, "Ho ho ho ho! You need to back up. The Emir is crossing through the boulevard right now. We can't have a wild beast like this roaming around. Whose property is this?"
Oi, keep your distance, mates. I'd hate to see this dangerous critter get its fangs on you and mess up your pretty uniforms.
Are you threatening us?
No, not at all. There. What I mean to say is, I'm a professional, and as are my lads here. We're trained to deal with such creatures. We're experienced a lot. We'll take care of this with lickety split. If you'll just keep your distance.
Back it up. Back it up. You have to go that way, and they're pointing in the opposite direction of the boulevard.
Maybe try throwing a rope around the saber-tooth tiger's neck and kind of pulling it to go that way.
Okay, sounds good. So you start to head in the opposite direction, following and they're watching you. Like they're not leaving. They're not going anywhere. They're gonna keep it on tight watch on you.
Don't you worry yourselves a bit, lads. This is all child's play for a professional monster hunter like myself. Should have seen me last week. Picture that's toe to toe with the dragon, armed with nothing but my trusty lightsaber and a did I say lightsaber? I mean a blaster.
What the hell are you talking about? Move this beast out of here.
Let's get this out of here.
So a small hiccup on your plan.
Alex, while that's happening,
Go ahead.
I was just thinking we could, while that's occurring, a simple cantrip of causing there to be some harmless tremors in the ground while that's occurring, so they get distracted from following us. We're concerned more about other things.
Okay. What are you casting?
Okay. Just thaumaturgy.
Okay. Make
I want them
a
to follow us into the crowd, so I have some little distraction.
okay. I'm gonna say you have to make like a deception check or something to like, because otherwise they'll obviously like see you casting a spell and like know where it's coming from. But if you succeed on a deception, maybe you can kind of. They're gonna see they're gonna see you casting and they're like, okay, go on, get out of here, you bunch of pranksters. And they're kind of following you at like a they're keeping maybe 60 feet or so. Like they're just watching to make sure that you get out of there. So you got a complication. You got these guys kind of tailing you and they're watching you.
Well, I mean, we've mucked that one up. Something proper.
And fortunately, I don't think one of our players can switch out of his form right now. Mon's kind of stuck.
What are we gonna do to lose these suits?
Renee, it looks like you're talking. You might be muted though.
Whoops. So should I go back into human form and try to develop a plan B?
Maybe not while they're looking.
They're still watching us.
Although they have chucked us up as pranksters probably for the best. Better that than something worse.
I mean, I think what we can do is maybe slink back away from the boulevard, and the convoy is traveling in one direction. So I think we should go in the opposite, and then try to like re-enter the boulevard further down the street. And then in the meantime, I'll switch. I'm pretty conspicuous, so I'll turn back into a human.
Sure, no problem. You just kind of like duck into a side alley, and in that moment where you're out of line of sight, you switch back.
Yeah. And I say, sorry guys, I guess I'm my tiger cosplay wasn't on point today.
You tried your best.
I think
No
they just
worries.
weren't having any of our shenanigans.
Let's chalk it up to experience. No use crying over spilt milk.
So yeah, we I guess we try to wait it out a little bit. Do we still get a sense that the city guard is following us, or has enough time passed that they're looking out for other threats?
Probably enough time has passed that there is going to be an event that happens. When you start hearing screaming coming from the direction of the main street. And over the course of the next minute after you hear that, you're going to just notice that there's like a lot of common folk, merchants, all sorts of people are just fleeing away from the street. And you would notice that the guards that were tailing you, seems like they're heading in the opposite direction. They're going towards the chaos.
Pal, this is our chance to get across the street while there's a distraction.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think as we do so, I'm sure we'll crane our necks and try to see what's going on over there.
So it is pretty slow moving because you're now trying to, go against the wave of humanity that is like kind of rushing towards you. So you got to kind of dive and, it's very slow moving getting in that direction. But eventually you make your way to the main street where just moments ago there was this beautiful parade full of jugglers and musicians and street performers and wild exotic floats and things like that passing through the streets. All of that has been left and abandoned, and what you see is that there are 3 gigantic constrictor snakes, one of which is being ridden by an individual that is wearing kind of a kind of loose-fitting cotton tunic, scarf on his head, but he has a golden serpentine mask on his head, on his face, covering his face. He's wielding a scimitar, and they're moving. Those 3 beasts and the rider are descending right upon where you can see the emir. There's no mistake about it. Just he's got the big hat. This is the Emir, and he's standing with 4 bodyguards surrounding him, and his bodyguards all look like they are they're wielding short swords and blades, and they're in a defensive position protecting him. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of where he's standing, there's a row of guards that are holding back a number of similarly dressed individuals with this golden serpent mask. Best you can tell, there's some kind of planned, coordinated, like, assassination attempt that is underway right now. So the street is clear outside of like where this localized like commotion is happening. So you got your moment. You could cross the street and go to where you're trying to go, or you could get involved in what is playing out with the Emir.
Oh,
Guys,
wow.
there's trouble about.
Yeah.
Boy.
This is why I hate city folk.
It occurs to me, lads, that 20 quid might pale in comparison to whatever we might get for saving that fancy pants over there.
Yeah, I think the art gallery can wait. What does everybody else think?
Yeah, well, if the Emir's
Yeah.
assassinated, the auction house will probably be closed anyway, so. Is the mask, like, is it something we would recognize, or does it just look like a disguise of some kind, or?
Make a religion check. Oh, I'm gonna have to give it to you.
Yeah, he's crushing these rolls. Yeah. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, Barabbas knows. So the way that mask is crafted is not just any like serpent mask. It is a distinct visage that harkens back to the god Set, which is definitely a god that is not openly worshipped, and you know, you can imagine that the panic set out in the streets even before the attack. Just simply seeing someone wearing that mask would have provoked such a response.
How far away are we from the commotion?
We'll say you're like within 100 feet of it as you're coming out onto the street.
Okay, then if we want to do some action,
I turn into my giant elk form in anticipation. Hopefully no one is really looking at me and freaking out.
Sounds good. So I'm going to move us on to a battle map here, and we'll get situated with this encounter.
feel like letting loose some firebolt.
All right. Hopefully, do you all have vision on this map that I just put up?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
your
Yeah.
tokens are going to be on the south side of the boulevard here. Give me just a second. I'm going to move things around. I set this up as it may have been encountered if you were in the crowd. But you're coming in a little delayed from the battle, or the assassination attempt starting.
How do you pan around the map?
Right click and hold, and then drag,
Oh, there we go.
and you'll move it about.
Awesome. Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's a
now.
big snake.
Big snakes, yeah.
Well, I'm
You
setting.
chose the wrong form when you were a tiger.
While I'm setting this up, I thought I put little images in here. Maybe I didn't. That sucks. I'll hold up what the scene
Meaning I
looks
should have
like.
stayed a tiger, or I should have turned into the elk earlier.
That is the
Clearly, a snake gets their attention.
image right there of the encounter.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, wow.
All right, we roll an initiative, or are you still?
Hold on, I just need to set this up.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry.
Everybody's eager,
Yes.
chomping at the fight. Kill. Kill.
I just don't want you to click the button premature.
Yeah, no problem. Whoa.
Premature initiative. Affects a lot of men over 40. A little unsettling how when you first told us distance apart from us and them, and then suddenly they look a lot closer.
Yeah, right.
Just for ease, because otherwise I'm not going to spend a round of you guys just running. Like we're pushing you up. Like you have now arrived on the street. So go ahead and roll your initiatives. And for what it's worth, like nobody is paying attention to you.
Did it roll? Oh, nice.
Only gets a lot of die.
All right. And I heard something just happened. Oh, thanks for the follow, Fallout Vault 04. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us here tonight. We are doing some fundraising tonight for Extra Life. So if you'd like to kick something into the game as far as like rerolls and such, just check out our Extra Life link there that I'm sure someone will post for us. All right. So you guys were rolling initiative, and I'm sorry, I don't know if it recorded on my end, so I'm going to have to ask you to tell me what you got. So, Amon, what did you get?
19.
19. Arwen?
Oh, 9.
Dusk?
22.
2. And George?
At least I'm not at the bottom of the barrel. I got a 5.
5. Sounds good. So we will begin this with one of the spies right here is taking an attack at the snake. And they've got multi-attack, so they hit with 2 swords, and they end up doing a total of 17 damage to this snake here. And then that brings us to on the opposite side here. So this, actually, the snake on the south side here, this is the one that has the individual riding it. Token's just buried there. So you got the 3 giant constrictor snakes, one of which is being ridden. In the middle here, you've got the Emir, who is being surrounded by his 4 bodyguards. They're currently trying to protect him from the snakes. But on the opposite side, you'll see that there is a ring of guards that seems to be dealing with these 3 masked instigators of this situation. Basically, what had happened was there was a distraction that happened on the north side that drew the guards to deal with these agitators, and then these giant constrictor snakes followed up slinked out of the alleyways and was trying to do like a rear attack. But you're there, you're coming in from the rear, you have a chance maybe to run interference for them. So these individuals up here, they are wielding scimitars, and they're going to move up and take a few swings at the guard, dealing. I'm not rolling attacks because it would just like take too much. So I'm just assuming that NPCs against NPCs in this encounter, they just hit and they're doing damage. So this guy moves up and he drops this guard. This next sand shifter over here is just like directing his pets. They seem to be under his command, and he's just directing them to move forward. And so he is taking full control of this constrictor snake. These people here are all like people that are trying to just like run out of the crowd, and he's just bulldozes his way around and gets over to the side. This snake right here is going to take an attack against that bodyguard. Manages to pull and wrap him up, dealing 13 points of damage. And he is grappled by this snake. And you can see the big mouth, the fangs are retracting. It's getting ready to like just devour this bodyguard. I'll just shift him up there to kind of represent that he's being grappled. That guy is struggling, trying to get out of the grapple. The guards on the northern side start to move up, and you can see that they are attacking at these individuals, and you watch as their weapons actually make contact. But it almost seems like they don't produce or slash and create like normal wounds. It's almost like they're slashing or fighting like some kind of putty, because their like weapons just kind of like sink into their flesh and just kind of like slide very sluggishly through it and then come through the other side without actually cutting or drawing blood. So there's something weird about those creatures. But they are landing a few hits with their spears. But it doesn't seem to be super effective, whatever they're doing. That's going to bring us to Amon.
All right, and they were attacking you were saying that I don't know what they're called, the people at the very top, but they're the ones with the weird
masks.
skin.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've got the snake masks on.
Got it. And then is it this snake that's that has the grapple on one of the spies?
Yep.
Okay. But then you have this. Okay, shoot. All right, so Amon is now a giant elk, and I'm going to use my movement and charge use a charge against this guy. So I don't know if I can move my own token, but I move him to this guy here.
Oh, is it not working?
I've just never used Foundry before, so I don't know how to.
Okay, you could just click your token and then like either drag them or use your arrow keys to move them about.
Okay, just use my arrow keys.
Perfect. Yeah, so you're gonna move up and charge at him.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is hit him so hard that he has no choice but to free the spy. So let's see. Do you see something?
I see the charge. If the elk moves at least 20 feet straight forward and okay, so you can make an attack roll.
Hold on. Oh yeah, got it. So I have to do a ram. Sorry, my bad.
All right, and the attack roll is a 10 to hit. A 10, unfortunately, will miss unless you'd like to use a reroll.
I would, guys. Can I use a reroll?
Yeah.
Or is it not worth it?
No, that's worth it.
It's always worth it.
Definitely.
Attack, go for it.
For the kiddies.
All right, beautiful. All right, here we go. Do it again.
15 will
All right.
hit.
Beautiful. All right, so if let's see, at the damage 14 damage.
14 damage. He will make the
Okay.
strength save, so he won't be knocked prone, but he'll take your
Damn it.
damage.
All right.
All right. That will then bring us to Barabbas.
I'll move up and I will just Sacred Flame the same one that was just attacked. Was trying to eat the guy.
And that's a fail.
For
11
11.
points.
Beautiful. I think.
Yeah, Sacred Flame drops right on its head, and you can see it kind of like wince from the brilliant light, but it is still got the grapple on. It still looks like it's intending to eat him if it gets a chance. All right, next up is the Emir, and you can see that the Emir, he draws a scimitar, and he starts like kind of like making this speech, like he's almost taking a moment to like kind of grandstand a little bit. There are still like people around, and you can see he's putting out like a brave display to kind of embolden his position amongst the people and such. But you can see that the bodyguards like are holding him back. They're trying to hold him back while fighting these constrictor snakes, and so you have a bit of sympathy for their position, trying to keep this guy alive. He seems like he's probably a colorful character. That's going to bring us to a guard over here who's going to just step forward, do a couple points of damage on one of the masked agitators. One of the spies will go, or one of the bodyguards right over here will take an attack at the constrictor snake that just moved to the left. It deals a bit of damage. All right, and then that will bring us to the other snake over here is going to attack this bodyguard and pull him in. And so he's in a very similar predicament as his friend or his coworker. Maybe they're not friends. I don't know. Arwen, it is your turn.
Okay, I want to firebolt this guy. If that's possible.
The rider.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Oh my god, that's gotta be. It's a 15 hit.
A 15 will hit.
Ooh, okay. Fire damage 9.
All right, he's going to take 9 points. You can see the blast like hits and like burns up, like burns through that cotton clothing that he's wearing, and you just see like it almost looks like sand, granules of sand, kind of pour out of his shoulder there onto the ground.
Mhm.
But he maintains his form. He's still wielding his scimitar, and he looks over to his right and like kind of stares you down.
Wait, Georgie, looks like that guy could use a drink of water.
Sand Shifter up here is going to take a swing, takes out a guard. You can just see the guards are just dropping. They're no match for those foes to the north. The bodyguard down on this side of the Emir. It looks like he notices that there's a weakness here with the guards that have dropped, and he's going to charge forward and take a couple of swings at the masked assassin, and lays him out with a few points of damage with his short swords. That's going to bring us to George.
I'm gonna forego any attack this round to make the dash to try and get next to the Emir, which feel like I have to get through that narrow spot. Is that a possibility to get through or around?
Make me a acrobatics check. If you get a 13 or higher, you can move through that space without the giant constrictor snakes blocking you. Ooh.
I'm gonna burn a reroll. I just feel like at a +7, I should have had a chance to make that.
You got a 14, huh?
Did I? They got a 10.
They got a 10.
He has disadvantage.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
advantage. There we go.
There you go.
That is a overkill.
Yes, you are able to make that.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get right interposed in front of him. And that's all I've got ability to do in that.
All right.
But now while I'm there, I can use my reaction to intercept any damage that might come at him.
As you move through and you get up there, you can see the Emir looks at you kind of shocked, surprised. Maybe for a moment, like has his scimitar up ready to defend himself, but when he sees you kind of turn around and face the serpents, he goes, "Ah, well met, my friend. Happy to have you on board. Welcome to the team." A bit of a predicament we're in here. I see. This is really going to put a damper on our celebrations this week. We need a good show here, so eyes are watching.
No worries, Chief. We'll be eating constrictor steak for dinner.
That's the spirit. And then we will turn next to Dusk.
All right. Oi, crack on, lads. I'm about to run out of battery on my laptop. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. I gotta worry.
For that gibberish
Yeah.
talk.
Mine, lightsabers, laptops. What am I talking about? I had one too many, I think. Hey, mind them big slippery buggers. I'll be the knight in shining armor for Mr. Monopoly there, and I'll try to cast a vortex warp on the Amir
Okay.
to try to pull him from danger. I think over toward me. It has a 90-foot reach, so I guess I would try to teleport him behind me by however much I can, if I could even pull it off. Here's the casting of it. Did that do it?
I don't see it yet.
Oh shoot! I'm saying cast to VTT, but then it just pops up on my screen. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. I heard something. Was that it?
I don't see it. It's on your. Is it
Oh
on?
shoot!
Is it on your character sheet? I could just look it up.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Yeah. What did you roll?
I think he rolls if he wants to resist. If he doesn't want to resist, it'll just happen. But if he wants to resist, let's see, it would be DC 15 con save if
okay.
he wants to if he wants to resist. But I guess it'd be
Unfortunately, he does want to resist because he's just that kind of asshole. So it's a con save, you said?
yeah.
I would allow you on this one if you want to use a reroll. I'll let you in this one limited instance to force me to reroll.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Let's make him reroll.
I normally wouldn't allow that,
we can
but
use the rerolls with
not
Oh,
always.
wow.
Not
That's a new
always.
tool.
I'm just allowing it on this one because I think that's a cool thing that you're doing. I'm just adding a little resistance to it. Ah, okay.
Oh,
He really wants to stay and make a show of force here in this.
Oh,
He wants to be the Emir that
he
defended against his assassins.
He likes
Oh,
me
being
more
right
than you.
difficult. Shoot. All right. Dang it. That was my whole plan.
Anything else, Dusk?
I guess all right. Try to blend into the crowd, maybe. I don't know. Plan for next turn.
Sounds good. All right, that's going to bring us back to the top of the order. And so we've got the spy that is tied up over here is going to put some damage on the constrictor snake that he is dealing with. Um, but he is still being held. The two of the masked, or one of the masked guys up here is going to kill another guard and then step forward. This guy right here is going to swing down at one of the bodyguards with his scimitar. And he's going to do 10 damage to him. He's still up. The snake right here is going to gobble up this bodyguard. And then it's Amon's turn. Let's see. I don't hear you. You must be muted.
Oh, my bad. I was trying to. Apparently, my roles are showing up as private, so I'm trying to fix that right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I'll make another bite attack. At the constrictor snake closest to me.
Sounds good.
So, all right. Did that roll?
It did. A 17
All
will
right.
hit.
Okay. All right. Well, at least you could see him. How much was that for?
Looks like it rolled as 11 damage.
Okay. Yeah, and that ends my turn.
Awesome. So this constrictor snake is definitely showing signs of wear and tear from the battle. Lots of now some bite marks to add to the slashing wounds that it has incurred. And now it is Barabbas's turn.
So, does the Emir look like he's actually going to fight, or is he just going to stand there and grandstand?
It looks like it looks more performative.
Okay. I would like to cast Sanctuary on him.
Okay. Probably not a bad call.
I wonder if this is some WWE stuff. Just to spice up his little parade.
And then I moved up a little bit, but that's it.
He is going to remain there and continue to grandstand a bit. I just heard something happened. Let me just check the Extra Life page. Oh, but it's Butterby. Butterby has redeemed by all the players a reroll. So you're getting a little
Butterby.
refresh to your
Hey.
rerolls. You're back up. You're down to
What
1. You're back up to 6.
Need to
Butterby,
ask
you are a
Butterby,
saint.
why do you love us more than Alex?
That's right. Yeah, I created you, dude. Who knows? Okay, so I think we're still on Barabbas's turn because he did Sanctuary, right?
Yeah, I mean that's my action, and then I moved up a little bit.
Is it? Sanctuary's
Oh, is
a
it a-
bonus action, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well then I'll move up and attack the snake. Gotta remember how to do this though.
That was just a test roll.
I saw that one, if that helps.
That was within Foundry.
Well, apparently, I can't figure it out. There we go.
Thought it was going to be a crit there for a second.
I did too.
Yeah.
15 hits though, so
Great.
8 points of damage. Snake takes a little bit more punishment, is still up. The Emir doesn't make any dramatic gestures to enter the fray, but continues to wave his sword about in a performative gesture. The snake over here is going to take a bite at the bodyguard. And will deal 11 points of damage to him. He is still up, but he looks pretty bad off. So the snake just kind of like jolts forward and just like spears like raking against his flesh, rips open really nasty wound across his torso.
So if it is WWE, it's good WWE.
It's pretty convincing, yeah.
Doing it the hard way.
That character with the short swords will retaliate back at the snake and will deal a total of 10 damage to it. The constrictor snake right here is going to gobble up and devour the bodyguard that it had in its mouth. And then it is Arwen's turn.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to do Hellish Rebuke, but I have to be hit by something first, right? Yeah. Okay, I am going to do Dissonant Whispers. I'm going to cast it on the rider. I'm going to move up first. First here. And how much I can do that? What, 60 feet? Yeah, that's good. All right, yeah. So I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Is that a wisdom?
It is a.
Yeah,
So it takes 3d6 psychic damage. I don't see a save anywhere on there. Though.
It
Wisdom
came
save.
up in the chat.
Oh, it did? Oh, okay.
He will make the save, so he'll take half of that. What was the damage? It was 21, so he'll take 10.
So that was at the rider.
Right. You killed all those civilians, apparently.
Yeah. Making some room for the big snake. They're long gone out of here. Awesome. Anything else, Arwen?
No, that's it.
All right. This guy right here is going to take a few attacks at the bodyguard. Going to deal a total of 12 damage. Bodyguard has a little bit more damage than the standard guard, so he's still up after that. But this guy right here is going to make his way like directly for the Emir. The guard and the bodyguard will both make attacks of opportunity and land. But he's undeterred. He goes right up, and then he has to make his wisdom save for the sanctuary. What's the save DC on that?
Yeah, I was trying to find it on the character sheet. It is 16.
Ooh, 16. Ooh, and it's only a 13. Is this worth a DM reroll, I wonder? I think it is. I'm going to use one. It is no better though. So he unfortunately doesn't get to take a swing at the Emir, but he will divert his attack to the bodyguard over here. And he's going to use both of his actions to just claw. He just rends his scimitar right through his backside and drops him.
Could I use interception? But I'm farther away than he is. What I'm looking at, he was within 5 feet. Was he here, or is he here?
I believe he was up here. But I guess it wouldn't matter, right?
Okay.
Like you'd still. Oh no, because you're to the south. Okay.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah, within 5 feet of him.
Guard is still trying to fend off one of the masked defenders up there. Then becomes the bodyguard's turn. Bodyguard is going to do a little bit of damage here to the masked agitator. There's a bunch of huzzahs happening, so I'm guessing a bunch of donations just came in. Let's see. What do we got here? $10 from Baby Zargon. Baby Zargon wants to redeem a GM reroll. Thank you, Baby Zargon. So kind of you. Thank you for the donation.
Seeking more.
And then Chris donated $20. Thank you, Chris. Buy all the players a reroll. What is this? Okay. So 11 rerolls in the pool for the players, so go ham on that. And then Tux redeemed to the incentive Wandering Encounter.
Well,
Ooh, okay.
can't do that now, right?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Another snake from behind.
All right. I know what I'm going to do. So, from overhead, like it's a pretty clear, sunny day. Nice, warm day. Not a cloud in the sky. But in this moment, there's all of a sudden, like the skies just darken, like all of the candles in a room like be blown out in a windowless room, and it's just dark and overcast, and there's just like this swirling storm cloud right overhead, and it's starting to crackle with like electricity, and it's swirling about in like this very kind of violent storm formation, and you can feel like the ground and the earth underneath your feet tremble and shake, and like the stonework along the main boulevard is starting to break apart, and like big cracks are forming underfoot. We'll say more about this as it evolves, but this is what you're seeing right now. That'll bring us to George's turn.
I'm going to move to hit the guy that's attacking the boss man, and I'm going to step over to the side here, like, for justice, and do a searing smite attack with my rapier upon him. And main.
Oh, that's a critical hit.
26.
Nice.
This is against the rider.
So this is against the guy attacking the Emir.
Oh, the guy to the north here. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you are using a magical weapon, so he's going to feel all of that. And you feel you sense it as you like strike into him with the rapier. It doesn't feel like cutting into a fleshy body. It feels more like stabbing into like a mannequin, or. And you see as you like retract the rapier, there's just like sand that's pouring out of that wound.
So this turns out to be 11 plus 8, and then the Searing Smite damage was another 15. Or does that
Ooh.
not get doubled? That doesn't get critical, does
No.
it?
Yeah, it would. So
Okay.
with that extra
So a
damage
19,
there. Oh wait, is there a save? Makes a con saving throw.
I think that's to keep from catching on fire, right, or something.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually I'm not going. If that's all it is, I'm not going to have him do it because this is going to drop him.
Yeah,
So
so at the next turn, it would have to make a Constitution save.
gotcha. So like he just his like his clothes like burn away, and like the flesh that was like encasing him like just curls up and turns blackened as he just basically like kind of disintegrates and turns into a pile of sand at your feet.
Well, that ain't natural.
The Amir's eyes kind of are shocked and surprised by that. He gasps and he says, "Well done, my lad. Well done. But this is a curiosity that will require investigation later." Oh my! And he's like looking up at the darkening skies with a bit of concern.
Already getting the grill started, sir.
Anything else, George?
Yeah, that unless positioning wise, I'm looking where I'm at. The main threats is for me to be here, but I'm going to step just over here to where that corpse was. I still give protection to him, but not be too close.
Okay. Sounds good. That'll bring us to dusk.
Attaboy, Georgie. Time to knuckle down and get this lot sorted proper like. I've been kind of hanging in the back this whole time. Would you consider me hitting as far as a sneak attack or like, you know what I'm saying, type of situation from the crowd? If I shoot, like I wanted to shoot this guy. Or
Do you have
I might be revealed from that casting that spell earlier though.
Yeah, I think you'd have to take you're only one level of rogue, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to do an
Okay.
action to do like a stealth check to get that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. I'll just try to shoot him with a lightning launcher. Regular style, not advantaged. Be 16 to hit.
Which guy are you hitting?
The one riding the snake.
The guy, yep, that'll hit.
Nice. All right. For 13 lightning.
13 lightning.
And then if he's still standing or sitting, as the case may be, I'll shoot him again.
Okay, he is still up.
This time's for 22 to hit for 10 lightning.
10. All right. He is still up, but he looks like he's just barely hanging on to that serpent. And
Boy, lad, might be time for you to take these snakes and go home. Before we turn them into luggage.
as the round ends, following up on the wandering encounter from Tux, you start to feel not just that there's a nasty storm overhead, but you also feel as the rocks and the earth is cracking underneath your feet, you're feeling like a sense of elevation, like you're rising in altitude. And for anybody that is like not in the city, maybe coming, we'll pan out, our camera will pan out to this long string of people that are still making their way. They're late to the party, trying to get to the festivities. They just see this rising earth moat that encapsulates the entire city, rising up and ripping from the earth and pulling the city up into the skies.
Definitely not natural.
Feeling very Sarkovian.
Back at the top of the order, Agitator up here deals and kills the last remaining guard. And then seems to move right up to here. the wounded sand shifter on the snake hops down over here and gets to the other side of the Amir. And he's going to make his wisdom save. 16 for the sanctuary.
Yes.
Oh, and he's just shy. So he's going to divert his attacks then to George. So
Wait a minute, that didn't
George,
sound as cool though initially.
2 melee attacks coming at you. A 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Deals 9 points of damage. The second one is a miss. This giant constrictor snake here is going to turn around. It's been bitten a few times by the saber or the giant elk. Or I guess not bitten. I think it's been, what do we call it? Gored? Charged? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of both. A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
So it's going to try to wrap you up with its constrict ability. Oh, a 10.
Do I make some kind of check?
I assume a 10 will miss you, but maybe not. I don't know what the AC of a giant elk is.
14.
14, so it misses you. So I just have to decide, do I want to use one of these 2 DM rerolls or not? How bad do I want it? I don't know if I want it that bad. I'll pass on that one, and then it's Amon's turn.
All right. What is the condition of the snake to right in front of me versus the snake to the right? The right one is uninjured, right?
The right one took a little bit of damage. Definitely the one in front of you is way worse for wear.
All right. I'm gonna ram.
That'll hit.
Boom. All right. Can everyone see that roll?
It hit.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what I did.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
14.
14. It is still up.
14, baby. No, not enough.
Not quite enough. Almost.
That's hard being an elk these days, you know.
It
But,
is.
all right. That ends my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to Barabbas.
We'll attack again. Probably misses.
Nope, that'll hit.
Okay.
Really big
I
target.
use one of the 11 rerolls.
And that is going to be enough. The battle axe, as this thing is, it's like trying to wrap up Amon. And as it does so, it just like leaves its neck open and vulnerable. And you go in and you take a swing and you just cleave like half of it off, enough that its neck is just like hanging there, and it drops.
Do we know if like
Yeah.
blood sprays out or does it spray sand or whatever?
No, this thing seems to be flesh. There definitely is blood that is just oozing out and painting the cobblestone.
Nice.
Anything else from Barabbas?
I guess I can move up. Do that. That's it.
All right. The Amir is waving his sword about in still performative fashion, but in reality is taking the dodge action.
That's good.
Smart play.
Yeah, he senses the sanctuary magic on it. He's not going to say no to that. All right, the constrictor snake here is going to move up. Is going to attempt the wisdom save.
Fail.
Not going to work. Is going to divert its attack to George.
Unsurprising.
Just going for a bite. This one's for the kill. 21 to hit.
That's it.
12 piercing damage.
All right.
Constrictor snake
Over
here.
fight.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I
Seven.
thought I heard something. Constrictor snake is going to go for Barabbas. And I think is going to go for the constrict. And a 12, I'm sure, will miss.
Nope. AC 20.
Arwen, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move up. Okay, I'll move up, and I am going to Eldritch Blast. Right, well, guy who was riding. An 18 hit.
Yes.
7 damage.
All right, and you get a second blast, right?
Yeah, I do. Do I hit the damage again?
Hit the attack again. It'll
Hit the attack again?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll that. Because I'm sure a 10 does not hit, right?
10 does not.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll
Now you only have 10 rerolls.
that. 16.
16 hits.
5.
The Eldritch Blast strikes him, and he just explodes in a veritable sandstorm that is quickly silenced. Just kind of soaks up with all of the snake blood that is running through the street.
Never gotten off the snake.
All right, that's going to bring us to the masked agitator up here is going to take his final. Actually, this guy's going to be still up after this.
Nice.
He's holding his own against the assassin. He'll retaliate with a few strikes of his own. And then that will bring us to George.
I'm going to direct my focus against these guys because apparently my brand of fighting was effective against them. And so I'm going to try and hit him with the rapier shot to start things off.
Ten will miss. Would you like to use a reroll?
And why wouldn't I? But they're there. That's what they're there for. There we go.
That one is going to hit.
And damage is just 8. It shouldn't be critical. I only rolled 17. I don't know why it's showing in critical.
I think it's just showing like possibilities. Like if you had a crit, this is what it would be. This was against the assassin, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Now I'm going to take my crossbow attack that goes with it. I forgot this last time that I have 2 attacks per round. It totally baffled me. But that's the thing. 16 hit?
16 hits.
This was not magical damage. If there's any mitigating effects of it.
Okay.
The 9.
That does matter. It's going to take half. It has resistance.
Okay. And then I was just going to do the second attack, which is the rapier again.
Sounds good.
Can I probably hit?
A 14 just hits. Yes.
And 7.
All right.
With that, having done those things, I feel like these fighters with the battle master skills have a lot of things that have to happen. I was then going to do the trip attack,
Okay.
where I burn a superiority die and add that to the damage roll, and then see if he falls down.
Cool. Why don't you roll that? I'll take the damage off of him quick, and then we'll resolve the trip.
All right. Why is it not helping me do this? I think I rolled all 4 at once. I only meant to roll 1, so we'll take whatever comes up first when I look at them. 2.
Looks like a 2. So the little extra damage there,
Yeah.
and then is it a dex save?
And the trip attack is it's strength.
Strength save.
15 DC.
That is going to land him prone. Put a little thing on him. So this guy's prone here.
Really probably should have done that on one of the attacks before I followed up, but
For the benefit of others, perhaps here.
Yeah.
We'll turn it over to Dusk.
Notes, Georgie. You're showing us a finger free. And I'll shoot the snake on the left. See, boom, boom. Hopefully for 14 to hit.
Yes.
All right, and it'll be 10 lightning.
All right, got it.
And, shooting him again here. Oh, that one's on the 13 to hit.
13 still hits.
Oh yeah. 8 lightning.
Awesome.
Oh, do I get sneak because he's next to someone? That'd be an extra D6 if so.
Sure. Yeah, throw
Okay.
another d6 in there.
2.
Another 2. All right. That one's starting to look pretty rough. Looking a little more sluggish.
And that's it for me.
As you look to the skies and you look at that storm cloud that is formed overhead, you can see a face in it, a very pained expression on the face. And as you can see it kind of contort in the cloud parts where its mouth is, and it just like lets out this gust of wind. You can all give me a strength saving throw.
E 3.
21 for Arwen.
Okay, Arwen, you're okay.
All right,
George,
full my 3
23.
roll.
Storage, you're okay, but the
5.
rest of you,
Yeah, 6 for me.
the rest of you fall prone as this like very forceful wind like gushes downward. We'll say the Emir also goes prone. I'll roll for these 2 guys. This guy's already prone, so it doesn't matter. We'll roll for this guy. The snakes aren't bothered by it.
I wasted a reroll there. Didn't help, but I used it.
Yeah, this. Oh, you use a reroll. Okay.
Yeah, it is unstable.
All right, 1 reroll deployed. The sand shifter over here is prone also, but this thing just like lets out this howl, and as it does so, it says, "Oh, finally! I shall resolve. I don't wish to do it, but I must. I will resolve the wish that was unclaimed." And this is just like howling through the winds, this like sorrowful, booming voice. It's just kind of like this thunderous, deep bass voice is on the wind. And like the face in the cloud just kind of phases in and out. It's not permanently there, but like at times, if you're looking for it, it's there. That's going to bring us to the top of the round. That sand shifter right here that you had knocked down prone, George, is going to stand up.
Yeah.
And then he is going to attempt to grapple you.
Really?
So give me a strength check.
Hopefully as well as I rolled the last time.
Oh, I'm gonna use a reroll. That was a bad roll.
Maybe a good for the goose, good for the gander thing, Alex.
Oh,
Ah.
it was meant to be. So he tries to grapple you, and to no avail. And I hear some things happening. So I think there's some donations coming in. Let's take a look. Oh, Anonymous just redeemed buy all the players a reroll. So you guys are up to 13 rerolls. Thank you,
Yeah,
Anonymous, for
funny.
that donation. Appreciate that. Let's see where's our count right now. We have raised $1,340 so far during this game. If we raise $160 more, we're going to do a second giveaway tonight. We are doing, I see some people are redeeming their tickets. We're going to do a giveaway of the module that we were playing, 7 Days of the Serpent God. We're doing one. If we raise that extra $160 here tonight, we will do the second one. So thank you all for the donations. We are going to turn it over now to Amon.
Okay, this is gonna be like the saddest of moves. Because I'm prone, right?
You're prone, yes.
All right, I use my move action to get back on all fours, and I don't think I can.
Well,
Yeah.
to stand prone only takes half your movement.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
Okay,
so
didn't know
just
that.
you got some plays here, I think.
All right, hold on. Let's see. So I have a move of 60, which is great. What I'm gonna do is, okay, so my charge is at least 20 feet straight. Okay, so I'm going to move to here. Does that put me out of? Does that give you a nice cushion? I don't know who was asking.
It should, yeah, it should.
Okay,
I believe
sweet.
so.
And I will ram the crap out of the snake on my left.
Hell yeah.
So, nice. Does that hit?
It does.
Beautiful. Hits for 11, and the target takes an extra 2d6, which is only 3. Oh wait, can I re-roll that?
Sure. You got 13
All right.
rerolls. I need to let you use them on damage too
Beautiful.
to
All
bring
right,
those
8.
down. Okay, good.
And you
That's
have
the
to
difference
succeed on
maker.
you have to succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
All right. I'm going to say that he just automatically goes prone because as you gore him with your horns, it tears right into the side. The flesh tears apart, and you've got the snake like stuck in your grill, and you just like throw him off, and he just flops down to the ground in front of you.
Am I just like splattered in blood and gore?
Yes.
I just do one of these. Look, it's like a shampoo commercial, but instead of shampoo and human hair, it's snake blood and elk horns.
Awesome.
The Troy Polamalu of elk.
There we go. Troy would be proud.
That'll bring us to Barabbas.
All right. Well, I will stand up and move over here and attack the snake. $13. You said that hit before.
Yep. 13 hits the snake.
For 8. And I'm going to use Healing Word on George. Which does a lot, but I don't remember how much.
It's the word you're gonna say.
I only get to say one? Healing Words. Do I want to try to do the accent that Dusk is using?
Yeah.
Hey,
Go for
get
it.
up, Georgie boy.
Shrug my shoulders. That's 8 towards me, yeah?
At least. Trying to see if it factors in my life domain bonus.
You got a
I-
2 and a 1 added to your roll.
I don't know what that's from. I don't think it's factoring in my. It's 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 4.
Okay,
So that would be 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that's right then. 8. Yep.
Awesome. So 8 points back. And the Emir is still taking cover. I think maybe he'll actually like step here, like he's paying attention to like where where the guards are. So he's still waving that sword around. But we're gonna move to the giant constrictor snake here. Is gonna take an attack. Just gonna go for a bite on Barabbas.
Now you hit me.
Gets a hit and 9 piercing damage.
Alex, can I use my reaction to reduce that damage?
I think you're a bit away from him. I think you're like 10 feet away from him. Do you have a thing for that?
Oh, yeah. No, I was just realizing I was the different direction.
Okay. Arwen, you're next up. Before you do
Yes.
anything, though, I want you to roll D8. We had a redemption come in, and we're going to do something with
D8?
this. Yep. Thank you, Tux. Tux redeemed for $50. Did a $50 donation to the incentive. Purchase a random magic item from the auction house, and so you rolled a 3.
Oh, nice.
There's like one of the auction house valets is like running through the streets with this the set of like, it looks like tarot cards that they're running
Ooh.
towards you with. Sir, you forgot your item.
Oh my god! No, thank you.
And in the midst of all of this battle, they just like hand it to you and then like run back and run off. And so what this is you're looking maybe briefly at the backs of the cards, and they depict various godlike entities. And this is a deck of illusions that you
Nice.
gained. So thank you so much, Tux, for that.
Yeah, thank you, Tux.
And there's all sorts of more stuff that is happening. Let's see. Jeff Boyardee just redeemed a GM reroll. Thank you so much for the GM reroll. Thank you for the donation to Children's Wisconsin. That's awesome. Let me just see. I thought I heard maybe something else, but I'm going to refresh my screen here. While I'm looking at that, Arwen, go ahead and take your turn.
Yeah, I am gonna move. Oh, nope. I'm gonna move right here. I don't know if that does any kind of flank for a spell, but I am going to cast Shatter. Oh wait, actually, let me see first. I don't want to. Okay, no, good.
Do a con save. And he will fail.
Ooh, I am gonna re-roll that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. 15?
15 points of damage. All right. Your shatter adds to the effect of all the breaking apart of the street and such. Big damage underfoot for the snake, but it is still up. Underfoot, under tail, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, that's my action.
All right. That will bring us to the sand shifter up here is going to use half his movement to stand up. He's going to dispense with this bodyguard once and for all. And then he's going to beeline it for the Emir. He has to make a wisdom save. Will not make it. He will turn his attention instead to George. An 18 to hit.
Hits.
deals in 6 points of damage. And then the second swing. Oof. I'm going to have to use a reroll here.
You don't have to.
I do. For the kids! For the little set children, he says as he swings his sword. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Okay. Unfortunately, it misses. George, it is your turn.
Still focusing on the first guy that I was fighting up here. Be taking the bonus action to Searing Smite on him. I think that'll hit.
Yes.
17, 24. Damage will be 7
All right.
initially from the hit, and then with the Searing Smite from that. Really slow lag between the two.
Nice.
6. I don't know why it's twice, but it's 6. So 13 points of damage from that attack. If he's still up, I'm going to hit him again.
He is still up.
Okay. May need to re-roll that.
Yes. Otherwise, that would be a miss.
I'll hit.
That one will hit.
So damage again will be 12 plus. I think Searing Smite hits him on this as well.
You need to roll a 2 or more. Oh, okay. It's going to be way more. Total 5. So he goes down.
3.
Awesome. That leaves, there's just 2 combatants left. There's one giant constrictor snake left and one sand shifter. But we got to play this out because the Amir is a very fragile figure, so it's still possible that they could get him. You've done very well
I'm just moving
protecting
if I
him.
can to there.
Sounds good. That will bring us to dusk.
2 combatants. That's perfect because I've got 2 shots. Which one looks most fresh? Shoot that one first.
Ooh. I guess probably the assassin.
All right. There's a shot coming his way.
Assuming I
Seconds for,
interpreted what you were
17.
asking me there correctly.
yeah.
Okay. That
17 to hit
hits.
for the 13
All right.
lightning.
All right. He is still up.
Oh. That's not how I pictured it. All right. And the other one. This is for the snake.
Okay.
23 to hit for
For 6.
6.
He is still up.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 0 for 2. All right. I'll stand up and march my way over. So as not to look the coward when the fight ends.
No worry, Dusk, you weakened them for us.
Least I could do, mate. Literally.
The
15 sands of your axe.
the howling winds from overhead, the face in the clouds is still letting out like this cry of agony. And you just hear it shout, "I'm sorry! I wish I could control it. I can't!" And as he's like yelling and shouting, there's this like lightning strike that crashes down and is going to hit pretty much right in the midst of where Barabbas, the Amir, George, and the Sand Shifter are. I need all 4 to make dexterity saving throws. And everyone is saying thanks, Tux. This is all Tux is doing.
Yeah. I'll
It's like
use a
everybody
reroll.
failed.
Anyone want to reroll maybe?
I wish I could use
Um,
absorb elements for the Amir.
Yeah, I'm wondering, would you like me to roll? If you want to burn a PC reroll on the Amir, I would reroll
Yeah.
his save if you want.
Yeah,
Sure.
Heck yeah.
let's do that. I burned one for myself. Why not for the mirror?
Okay, one for you as well. Okay.
Ah.
I'll bring you down to
Yeah.
8 rerolls.
That is not better.
Not better. So if you got a... You know what? I gotta look up what this save DC would be. I don't know.
Does this guy have to roll a will save in order to strike the Amir?
Unfortunately, this is just an environmental thing. It's not really an attack, so Amir will get caught in it. The save DC is 17. So if you got a 17 or higher,
Oh.
you will take half this damage. If not, you'll take all of it.
A lot of dice rolling.
So 15 points of damage. Surprisingly, the Amir is still on his feet after this,
Wow.
but he is like leaning up
stirred up.
against. He like is leaning up against you, George, as he does so. He's like, whoa, 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 oh. It's going to be hard to make that
Lean
look
on
cool.
the enemy, sir.
The sand shifter
Got
is
any
going
insights on
to.
what that might be, boss man?
I have no earthly idea. But I think we should get inside quickly. And actually, the sand shifter goes down as a result of that.
Nice.
Brings us to the top, and it is Eamon's turn.
All right. So it look. I tell everybody it's raining cats and dogs out here, and lightning apparently. Everyone, grab the Amir and get to cover. I will. I mean, we could just run. The thing is so massive, I can't even fit into a side street. But I don't want to chance it. So, could I back into this spot over here?
Sure.
All right, so I back into the food stall area. I knock over some crates, and then I will do a charge to here. Hold on, here, and then
Nice.
sweet. That I think hits. So it's 11 plus. So I hit for 19, and then he has to succeed on a DC 14 strength.
I hate that I keep robbing you of that part of your ability, but describe to me the finish as we end this encounter.
All right. So I'm already like the Red Death with horns. I back up not into this food stall, knocking over the crates. I look at this constrictor snake hissing at me, and I like telepathically tell him, this street is only big enough for two giant asshole animals, and there can only be one. And I charge into him. I think he dips his head as if to strike or block, but I don't think he has ever felt the full charge of an elk before. And I just run straight through his body, just like Wile E. Coyote style. There's just like this elf-shaped hole in his body, and he just kind of whips around like someone just took an air out of a balloon, and he just like, and he writhes in agony for a second before dying.
Awesome. Yes.
And I'm just fully head to toe, horn to tail, just completely painted red.
Awesome. So the Amir is safe. You did your job. You kept him alive. That is the important part of this encounter, he is going to be looking up at the sky and he's going to be saying, "To the palace. We'll be safer there. We can talk. We need to regroup." And he's just, "Follow me." And he runs up the street, hoping that you will follow. But he's not waiting. He's just bolting to the palace. And I'm assuming that might be the direction that you go, but it could be that you go to the artist gallery. I don't know. Your choices are yours. I think this is where we're gonna.
jar.
Yeah, what about the jar? I think we know. We'll probably have to fill in the blanks a little bit here. This adventure could be like many sessions, and so we're gonna have to play a very, very condensed version, and we probably won't get to a satisfying conclusion, unfortunately. But we'll see what we got for time. We're going to take maybe like a 10-15 minute break or so right here. Let the players and myself stretch and get refreshed and everything like that. But before we go, we just want to say thank you all for the donations thus far. We are just $100 shy of doing that second giveaway. So thank you all for everything that you've given so far. If you're just dropping in on us for the first time here, we're going to pop the Extra Life link into the chat there. That is where you can make donations, and your donations will redeem things that'll impact the game, as you maybe have seen here. And so we're doing 2 giveaways. We're doing, the hope is that we're doing 2 giveaways. We're going to do at least one. We're going to be doing a raffle for the giveaway of the module. And if we hit that extra $100, we will do a second one. To enter your name in the hat, so to speak, just type into the chat !ticket, and that will redeem you a spot. And so we'll pull those at the end of the game. But without further ado, we'll take let's call it a 15-minute break. Come back at 9:40, and we'll see what we can accomplish here yet tonight. Thanks, everyone. Hey everybody, we are back. Thanks for sticking it out with us here tonight on a Sunday night. We're closing out Tabletop Weekend with Extra Life, and we are raising money for Children's Wisconsin. We are just, thanks to a generous donation here from Nathan, who it was a redemption for one of the auction house items, and he got an ever-smoking bottle to add to his character. That's going to put us just $45 shy of our stretch goal tonight. That'll trigger a second giveaway if we make it there. So thanks everybody for the donations. We're going to keep rolling right along here with the game. If you haven't already, though, be sure to type in !ticket into the chat so you can get entered into the giveaway. And we'll pull 2 if we meet that stretch goal. The characters, all sorts of things have happened. They have basically, though, come into the favor with the Emir, who they saved from assassination from what would appear to be some agents of Set that came to disrupt his procession into town. This big lavish parade that was marching in. And thanks to some generous donations that were made, there's a second thing that is happening, in that the entire city has been ripped from the earth and seems to be floating on some kind of a magical storm cloud that is whisking the city away to where we do not know at this moment. But they are currently with the Emir. They've gained his trust, and he is urging them forward towards the royal palace of Caesarea. Now, just because of time limitations, we're going to really skip past. We're not going to go pretty deep into any RP or anything, but basically the Emir is going to harbor you in the palace. He doesn't know what's going on. He's going to put you up in his quarters to rest, and he's sending his agents out. He also took notice that there was some kind of a face or entity in the storm clouds, and he's got a lot of means, and so he's sending his agents out into the city to kind of explore, see what they can find out about what is happening, and if possible, maybe even make contact with that entity that you saw. And you reconvene with him over dinner later this evening, after he has received reports back from his agents. And this is what he finds out. It would seem that that entity that is in the cloud is a genie. He had a group of his special forces go out to the edge of the city, like the ledge, right, where you can like look down and see thousands of feet down to the ground. They went out and they were able to speak with this entity who goes by the name of Beb Lohar. And what they learned from him is that he is a very old genie that was active in the elemental plane of air during a time when Set, the god Set, the god of storms, the god of serpents, and the god of darkness, was waging war in that plane. And Set was basically, he was still kind of a demigod at the time. He hadn't fully achieved deityhood. And part of what he was trying to accomplish was to rack up renown and rack up stories and garner power so that he could ascend to godhood. And so he conquered the city where this genie was from and put him at his mercy. And he said, I will spare your city if you will grant me a wish. That is what genies are for, after all. And he said, and Beb Lohar, this entity in the sky, agreed. And then he was sealed away in a jar. And the wish was deferred. Set never, he never made the wish. He never intended to make the wish. He intended to have himself a genie in a bottle and to capture this very powerful entity and have it as a trophy. This is the same jar that the art collector was asking you to go and find. If you had ever made it to the gallery, you would have discovered that it had been stolen and the art collector killed. And that is the reason why it never made it to the auction house. It's unclear whether the art collector knew what he had in his hands, but somebody knew what it was, and somebody stole it from him and has now enacted a ritual that has released this genie and has cashed in on the wish. And apparently, sorry, something is happening. Thank you so much for the raid, DM Jeremy. We appreciate that. Hope you guys had a wonderful stream here. We'll give you a shout out. We appreciate you dropping in. We are doing a charity stream here tonight. We're raising money for the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, and we're also doing a giveaway. So if you would like to enter the giveaway, you can type !ticket into the chat and get yourself into the pot. We'll pull names for that at the end of the stream. And we're giving away a copy of the adventure 7 Days of the Serpent God, which is an adventure that I just had published through Goodman Games. It's the module that we're playing right now. And if we raise just $45 more before the end of our game, we're going to do a second giveaway. So if you feel inclined, give a donation. If not, still feel free to jump into the giveaway. We'd love to have as many names in the hat for that as possible. So thank you. Hope you guys had a good stream. Yeah, so basically the genie is being compelled against its will to deliver this city. It was able to share with the Emir's agents this backstory and was able to share that it is been asked to deliver this city to the last bastion of Set's power, which is several days away, and deliver all of its wealth. There's a lot of wealth in the city right now, wealth that could be used to empower and enrich Set's armies. He's apparently looking to rise again. And so the city is both treasure and sacrifices that are going to be delivered to the Dark Tower for him. But hopefully you can do something to avert that. The Emir doesn't know exactly how to go about canceling this wish, but he knows that there is a very powerful entity within the city who might have the answer. And he would tell you that in the in the depths, in the catacombs below the great library of Hukarama, it is said that there is a lore master who worked that library during the days of the great Sphinx empires of old, who watches over a treasure trove of knowledge. And it is in this desperate time that it was always kind of like passed on to each of the emirs, each person that took up his station, that in times of trouble, seek him out for advice and counsel. There's not too many people that know how to access. It is a heavily guarded location underneath the library, but he wants to send you 5, who have shown yourselves to be resourceful and very capable earlier in the streets. And so he's going to bequeath unto you the passphrase that will allow you to enter the depths of the great library of Hukarama. And he tells you that those words, he would have to teach them to you because they are in the language of the Sphinx. And I don't know, maybe one of you speaks Sphinx. I guess I should ask. Do any of you know how to have a character that has proficiency in that?
Didn't manage to pick that one up.
I'm afraid not.
I was thinking not, but he's still going to be able to give you a little crash course on how to like pronounce this, so you get it right. But basically, the passphrase, when spoken in Sphinx, it translates into common as "harvest knowledge, and let it be shared with the hungry." And if you speak that at, there's like a viewing portal on the 3rd floor of the library. It'll create a staircase that'll lead down into the dungeon depths of the library. And so basically what your quest here then is to find Lore Master Nikosi and ask him what can be done to avert the fate that befalls Shadhalia. And so I'm going to, unless you have like questions, like there's something that doesn't make sense, or there's like a burning question you have, we can resolve that. But I'm going to switch us over just to the map of the library, and I'll get that set up for us. Do you have vision on this map that's coming up?
I
Yes.
do.
Cool.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
And let me just check, because I heard a bunch of things happening. There were some follows here, so thank you everybody that came in from the raid and gave us some follows. I see. Thank you, DM Jeremy, for the follow there. Let's see, donations wise, where are we at? Okay, nothing was that. Okay, cool. So basically, you go to the library, you speak the phrase, and this staircase reveals itself. Hey, thanks for the follow, Ken Robinson. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in. This staircase leads down then and brings you right into this area that you see on the map, L1. Hey, Canadian Dice, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks, guys, for coming in with the raid. And as you come into the circular chamber, you can see that the walls here are illuminated. There's like stained glass all around in the rotunda that lights up and reveals scenes of a sphinx wearing a golden crown interacting with human subjects. The floor here in this room is checkered and actually relatively clean. There's no dust. There's no sense that this is a disused place. It feels like it is still being cared for. Around the room, there are 4 archways. The archway to the north leads to the circular staircase that took you down here. And then there is one on each of the cardinal directions of the room. In between each of the archways, around the perimeter of the room, there are 8 8 pedestals. Each one features a animalistic statue. Going from just to the north, as you come into the room, there's an ibis, there's a giraffe, there's an owl, an alligator, a camel, an elephant, a snake, and a frog. In the middle of the chamber, in the middle of the checkered floor, the other notable thing that you see is that there is an ancient royal seal there. And there's some kind of a language that you don't understand that is written like kind of like on the outside lip of the seal.
Wait, you said we could not read it?
You don't understand it. I only know that because I already asked you what languages. So it's Sphinx.
Can Arcana help with anything here or no?
Tell me a little bit more about what you're thinking.
Well, with the pedestal animals, if there's anything
You can give me an investigation check.
investigation. Oh, okay, not too shabby. 14.
A 14 is enough to notice that on the statues are not moored to the pedestal that they sit on, like they're freestanding, like you could pick them up. And as you maybe move one, you notice that on the underside of the statue, each one has a letter that's been carved into it.
Well, gents, if we lift up these statues, we can see some letters here that might spell something out.
And these letters are not in Sphinx. These are letters you would understand.
No, yeah, these are like common, like the common alphabet.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's have a look. Let's
Yeah,
under the
let's
giraffe.
check it out.
So just for ease of reference, I'm going to type this into the
Nice.
Foundry here. See if I did that right. Yep, looks like they're all there. So under the ibis, there is an X. Under the giraffe, there is a J. Under the owl, there is an S. Under the alligator, an E. Under the camel, a V. Under the elephant, an A. Under the snake, an M. And under the frog, a Z. And I think with your investigation of a 14, you'll notice that this has been like scratched in very crudely.
Okay.
Almost like someone just took like a blade or a dagger and just like with repetition carved these letters underneath them. Very crude.
Is there any
It's
connection?
unlikely that
Oh, I was just gonna ask if there's any connection with the letters and the phrase on the outside of the seal in the middle of the room.
No, the seal is not in common and is in more of like a I don't know. I'll say it's like more of a flowing language. Like the words are more like artistic looking and more hieroglyphic looking than alphabet. Oh man, and we just had DM Jeremy just redeemed, gave us a $20 donation for the Children's Wisconsin. Thank you so much. Buy all the players' rerolls. Man, look at this reroll pot. They're up to 13 rerolls. Thank you so much. That's awesome, man.
So there's arches also, is that right? That lead out of the room we're in?
Yes.
Is there anything on the arches?
I would say maybe not on the arches inside the rotunda, but this one right here, you can see that there is a stone door. Just like there's like a little antechamber there, and there's an archway that contains a stone door, and that archway has some kind of language carved into it too. Also looks like Sphinx.
Is there any connection we can draw between the animals that are paired next to each other, or animals that are more akin to the setting of the Sphinx? I feel like the ibis feels right, the alligator feels right, snake or frog maybe. But does that, like a knowledge of the region help us with? Short letters together don't really spell anything, but I think a lot of them could spell words if we were to, focus on which fits.
You can make an intelligence check, I'll say.
Can we all roll that, Alex?
Sure. George,
Only I had advantage.
you're not 100% sure. You're looking for associations. I would say you do know that loosely these animals, like a lot of the gods and deities, end up being represented as animalistic in some way. And so like for example, like the snake definitely is like a symbol of Set. The ibis is the kind of the avatar of a god of knowledge, so on and so forth. But as far as associations with the letters, like nothing's making sense to you.
But it's not like just because I know the alligator would be Sobek if we're talking about like Egyptian gods and like
Yeah.
those kind of connections.
Yes.
Just for a lark, whichever ones I'm standing next to, I'm going to switch them from one pedestal to the other.
Okay. You seem to do so. There aren't any pressure plates or anything that activate as a result. And there's nothing that seems to react or trigger as a result of that.
I mean, is there anything stopping us from just putting all of the statues in our bags and just proceeding with the dungeon? Like, is there like a locked door or anything that we need to account for?
Nothing that you see. The only thing that
You're
would be
thinking of
stopping you
just
from doing
taking-
that is just the encumbrance of having these kind of dead weight in your backpack or whatever. But
Okay.
you could certainly, amongst 5 of you, manage to do that.
If the Emir was all in favor of us just looting his hole, but why don't we try one of the doorways and see if we can come back to this?
Well, if he wasn't, he would have paid us for our services. Surely.
Before we continue, do I have like this some intuition maybe that the statues are in the wrong order or in the wrong place?
I would say you don't have enough information to know something like that. Like there's no visual indication. Probably the most I can say about this for your characters is it's probably puzzling. Like you're sitting there, we'll say you guys have spent like a good 30 minutes debating and talking this out and trying to like come up with a conclusion, and like you're all coming up short.
Okay. All right.
Just given these letters a once over, I see it could spell jam and sex, but I'm not sure what to do with the V and the Z there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Shall we crack on then?
I think probably should go open one of these doors, or
So there
Let's do
is only in truth one door, right? Like there's only one door here. The others are just
Right.
open archways that lead into hall.
the hall's right.
The hallways are dark. You have magical light coming into the rotunda because of the stained glass. But I think you've got a couple of humans in your group. If you exit out of this room, you're going to be cloaked in shadow.
I have
There's
a nice bit of
Desk could pull the goggles
I have-
of night down.
I have dancing lights if that helps.
We have a hooded
I have light.
lantern
Oh yeah,
item
the
that we
lantern.
got.
Yeah, and we've got that lantern of revealing.
Mm.
Yeah, I cast Produce Flame. It's a cantrip. I'll just kind of carry it on my person so I can see, 10-foot radius.
Okay. So just be aware of whatever you got multiple light sources you're telling me about, so I'm not too concerned. You know what you got, and so you're going to be able to see no problem. So then the next
All right,
question is
lads.
which direction?
You said there's only one open,
We
right?
hit,
There's only
Or it's this way.
and we must
There's a door right in front of us, and there's 2 halls.
All right.
check the door. It's
Yeah.
open.
Check the
Why
door.
we walk away from it.
All right, you go and take a look at the door. Fairly ornamental looking. I'm getting like a lot of like feedback. So if you notice like on Discord, if you're seeing like a green line coming up around your frame, that means like something's triggering your mic. So you go and you take a look at this this door. There isn't anything that seems to hint that it could be locked, even if it looks like it's just like a thing that you kind of push open. There are the words or whatever around the or the hieroglyphics around the archway, but yeah. Does somebody want to push this open or check it?
Yeah, I'll push it open.
Yes.
You push it open. And it grinds open and reveals the next chamber. Let me just see. I did this kind of goofy with like just blocking things off because I didn't want to mess around with line of sight. So it takes you into kind of this open, it's kind of uncanny because you know that you are underground, but you feel like you are entering into this garden, and there are hedges around, and it feels like sunlight is filtering down from above. When you look up, you don't see a ceiling, you just see this like kind of vague field of light that is filtering down, and it is warm, like it feels like sunlight. You know this must be some trickery or some magic or whatnot, because there's no way. And even if you were up above, you know that there's big dark storm clouds that are in truth over the city, so there's no way that this is real. But as you look out here into this area, these hedges are immaculately maintained. Gives you kind of similar feel to like coming into the library initially. Like it feels like this is well maintained. This has been taken care of. The perimeter of the chamber has kind of a covered walkway that is being held up by pillars that provides a little bit of shade from that luminescence that's coming down to the grounds. The central feature that you see as you come in is a statue in the middle of the garden that depicts a humanoid with the head of an ibis. The stonework of this studious figure is dressed in robes. He's staring down into the palms of open hands.
What do you think if we
Seems
put
like that
the
bird might want us to give him that bird.
yeah? What if we take
Just
out one of
talking
the
about birds.
So as you
That sounds like an idea. Put the
yeah?
all right, so one of you is who's electing to do that?
I'll do it.
So Barabbas, as you move forward, you have this idea to like place the statue there in its hands. As soon as you approach into the room, you maybe get like 10 feet into the chamber, and this statue animates, and its head raises up and looks directly at you, and it starts speaking. And it says, "The lore master, finds himself nostalgic for stories of Calmachus the Dawnbringer. Bring the epic poem, The Banishing of Chaos. And then as it does so, like, it lowers its head again and then returns to looking into its hands.
So, is that like a well-known poem, or would we have any idea what that is?
You could make a, let's say, could be a history check.
$16.
Somebody had a 16.
Yeah,
I see a 15. I see a
it's
19.
16 with the plus one.
So- Yep. 16 and 19 sounds good. You know that this is like it's kind of like an origin story for daylight. It's like this very kind of very like poetic epic tale of this mortal's journey to become this entity or whatever. Like it is something that you know of and have heard about.
Right.
It's not monumentally like important or whatever, but it registers as like a real tale that is rooted in the culture here in Shadhalia.
It's not something we could like recite on immediately, but it's like, oh, okay, and we know what he's talking about.
Yeah. You know it to be a fairly long it's like the kind of thing you'd be like assigned in school to like interpret and stuff, and so it's like this big thick tome that you know, scholars kind of groan when it comes up because everybody has this common experience of having to analyze it.
So I guess we have to
Been there.
find that in somewhere here.
Feels like a challenge we have to accept. Yeah.
Yeah. And bring it back.
I do a quick like lap around the room, just looking for anything that looks funny or out of the ordinary. Specifically looking for anything that might hide or might contain like a scroll or a book, something that would have this work that they're looking for.
Make your choice. Either give me a perception or an investigation check.
Okay. Do perception. Oh God. But thankfully we have some rerolls.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna reach
Yeah.
into my big bag of rerolls.
Please.
Could I do a perception as well, Alex?
Sure.
As I'm looking around the room.
All right.
All right, 16.
16 enough.
So you notice as you're walking around the room that for sure, like the 5 feet closest to the wall underneath the overhang, looks like the stonework suggests that it is not fixed in place. The kind of thing that you could imagine that something triggers this perimeter to like kind of drop and like turn into stairs.
Oh.
But it feels solid underfoot, like as you're walking around it. Like it doesn't feel hollow.
Interesting.
Maybe that's the way to get to what we want.
I say let's push it.
How high up is this thing? The second story?
The overhang, we'll say it's like 15 feet overhead. Your perception of where that light that you see, like the so-called light ceiling, that's like maybe 30 feet overhead.
Okay. Well, I do have, I think, boots that allow me to fly. I could try strapping them on and taking a peek, or we can check out the other rooms, I guess. I just don't know how we can solve the puzzle right now with what little we have.
Right.
Might as well have a look while we're here.
All right. So
Bird's eye
yeah,
view of the bird, if you will.
yeah. Winged. I have winged boots. Hold on. Hopefully that'll. Yeah. So I guess I turn them on or whatever. I don't know what I
Sure.
do.
You click your heels 3 times and you say, "I want to go to the moon."
There you go. And then I click my heels together, and then I elevate to the overhang area, and I just like see if there's a second door or anything out of the ordinary.
You get on top there and you can confirm that there is no such secret way or whatever. It looks like this is fairly ornamental or decorative that just kind of creates this scenic little park.
Oh, okay. And there's nothing above it either.
I guess 15 feet above you, you could like the radiance of the ceiling is brighter. It'd be like staring into the sun to look up directly up overhead.
Okay. Okay. All right. I descend, and I tell the rest of the guys that I didn't see anything. Not sure where those stairs would lead to, since doesn't seem to be anything there.
Do we want to go check one of the other halls then?
Yeah.
So returning back to the rotunda, you've got 2 hallways to look at. The one over here, you can see that about maybe 15, 20 feet in, it seems like there's a second hallway that splits off to the south. And then there is a archway directly across with your light sources and such. You can't see like much further than that. The other one on this side, you can see that there is a wooden door right there, and then it seems like the hallway goes all the way to the end, and then breaks off, takes a 90-degree turn to the right, and it seems to widen. It seems to be wider there.
We head to this door here, wooden door.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right. So you make your way down the passageway, and you're on the opposite side of this wooden door. What would you like to do here?
Thinking I might sneak up and peek around the corner too, just to see if
exactly.
anybody's coming.
Sure. So Dusk, you peek around the corner there. Let me pull this aside and give you the description.
We're so suspicious.
As you look, you're going to see a very ornamental pair of doors. 2 iron doors adorned with gold trim are placed in the south wall of the passage. The marble pillars and framing feature a hooded cobra, which coils the archway enclosure and stares down at any who would cross its threshold. And there are arcane runes that are molded into the facing of the doors.
Okay. I don't know about you, gents, but that door seems a little more interesting than this wooden door here.
Aye. I'd slap a pony. That's where the fancy pants keeps his loot.
Okay.
I do have Arcana, so maybe I could make sense of the runes. Maybe.
Yeah, make an Arcana check for me real quick.
And I am going to re-roll that.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
4.
Inside each of the runes, you can make out markings that seem to resemble this.
Aye. Those are the same numbers under those pets. In it?
There
Yeah,
wasn't a Y. in the
similar.
end.
Some of the same there.
A little different though. There's some extra,
Extra A's.
some
Yeah.
There's an L,
There were no.
a Y.
Huh.
XJYs.
Does anything happen if I place the two statues that are X and M that we have in front of the doorway?
You put them down
Yeah.
and nothing.
Okay, well, we might have to find other statues, possibly, unless I'm going to take a look at the door and see, is there a way to open this door, or is it...
There are like rings on the door, that would allow you to pull them open.
Should I open it?
Well,
there.
I've got
You're
this. Alex, I have a out of character question.
Sure.
If I'm able to figure some of this out, does it matter if my character can figure it out?
If you're able to figure it out, I think that qualifies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you take the letters that we had and you take the animals that were next to them and you start with those letters, like X was ibis, so that's I. J was a giraffe, so J would be G. So we have not a complete word. And then the second letter, XM, is IS, so that's is. And then the third line, the Z was a frog, so that's F. And the A was an elephant, so that's EE, so we have FEE. And so then I would say the L is an R.
Right.
And so then you go up to the top and we have IG blank O, and if that's an R, RA blank CE. So it's ignorance. Ignorance is free. That's what that says.
Nice.
That's
some highbrow thinking.
Amon just looks at you, speechless, like, that's incredible. You city folk are truly full of surprises.
And
I don't know what good that does this, but that's what it is.
and
That's
as
what it is, yeah.
as you were talking that out, real quick, we just got a donation from Tux, who has given the GM a re-roll. Thank you so much, Tux. That puts us just $15 shy of that stretch goal. So that's pretty awesome. Very impressive. Thank you so much. So you are absolutely correct, Nathan. And just to kind of speed this along, what your characters need to do is you need to touch each of the runes and think of the letter that you want to replace it with, and it changes to the point where you'll do that and you'll end up spelling that word or that phrase, ignorance is free.
Okay.
Wait. Before we turn that last one into free, why don't we turn those letters into coin? So we can make ourselves some money, lads. If there's anything we've got a lot of, it's ignorance.
Thus goes over there. You can see that he's changing the word to coin.
The roof opens up. And a lightning bolt.
We get pelted with a million gold pieces, and we all take 50,000 force damage, and we all die. The end.
I think we will assume you'll go with the original the original guess.
Yeah.
And this will allow you to open these doors safely. I'm gonna pull this back here real quick and give you a little description of what you see on the other side of those ornate doors. circular chamber that you are staring into, up and down the perimeter of it are lots of tomes and books that hang on iron chains tethered to the walls. And at the very center of the chamber is what appears to be a stone well. Directly across from you, on the opposite side from the entrance on the wall, there are 3 levers built into the wall.
So Arwen, since the tome that he found in that forbidden forest changed his life, he's gonna go straight to those tomes and see if there's anything of interest.
You look about and give me another Arcana check or investigation, whatever you want to do. One of those two.
Oh man, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Sure.
Oh, that's even worse.
You're cracking open some of these books, and they're written in script that you don't understand. Many of them, one thing you maybe note is like a lot of them don't have a title or anything embossed in them. They're just pages and pages of glyphs, and they feel very ancient, very old. Almost you kind of shudder and like you just got goosebumps on your arms as you're picking up these books. You get just a sense of dread.
I'm feeling great about this, everybody, but I can't make heads or tail of what has been written down in these books.
Could one of them be the book the bird's looking for in the other room there?
I don't know. I can't tell. Does anybody else want to take a look? Anybody else figure out those 3 levers?
It's always fun just pulling levers.
Nothing bad ever happens from that.
So the middle lever suddenly flips down, and the entire chamber rotates.
Oh.
And it rotates such that the levers are now in the position where the doors originally were, and now the doors, which were open, have like slammed shut and presumably are closed. Like you get the sense you're locked in this room currently because the entire chamber did a 180.
Well, so much for ignorance is free, huh, lads?
Oh, so we're in the circular
The
room.
room's impatient for us.
Yeah, you're in this circular chamber as you get rotated around.
So what's the
And that was the
position of the
middle
3
one that did
switches?
Sorry,
Like, are they
what was that?
are they switches like up and down switches?
Yep, they're levers. So like all of them were like in the up position, and now like the middle one just like flew down, and then the chamber rotated. And I think right here I'm going to put your characters on an initiative count to see what follows. So let me
Did the middle lever stay down after it rotated?
Yep, it literally just happened, and so it's in the down position. Is stayed that way.
Trying to be new friends.
Oi, let's figure out who flipped that switch. Turn on that lantern.
I bust out my new stained glass lantern of revealing, and I light it.
Okay, why don't you guys all roll initiative real quick first?
All right. Probably should have just had it on me the whole time.
Oh, can it just stay on?
I thought so. I can.
Oh, someone looks like they got a 44 initiative. What was that?
Really? I got 20. Arwen with the 21. Nice.
Just an 11 that's crossed out.
Oh, yeah, I got an advantage. This is my shield.
It's just a standard lantern.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Some good rolls.
All right. The right lever goes down. And from the well, there's just like this glowing red ember light that is like filling up the well and comes out, and this inferno just like gets tears up the entire chamber. You can all give me dexterity saving throws.
So we're gonna get some re-rolls taken up here.
13.
18.
The number you want is a 15.
Should I re-roll, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Adrian's doing a re-roll.
No.
Nathan, did you need one?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one.
Um,
Well, it
Scott?
won't help, but I'll use it.
Scott, did you need one?
No, I got 19.
Okay.
Or 23.
Bo, did you need one?
I got 18.
And Renee, did you need one?
I'm just gonna take it.
You're just gonna take it. Okay.
I'm gonna take it.
So if you
Brave.
Wow.
if you didn't get if you fail, it's 24 points of damage. Half if you
Alright.
succeed. And then it is Arwen's turn. So we're just doing like theater of the mind or whatever for this.
Holy shit.
So it's just like an explosion of fire, and then that's it? Or is there fire burning in here?
It's like an explosion. So your
Okay.
sense is like it was like one big blast, and then it seems like it is not a continuous thing.
Gotcha.
It's
I'm
12
taking-
if we saved it.
Well, that you saved.
Arwen, what would you be up to?
Well, I didn't make it, so I'm probably gonna be on the floor and telling guys, pull that lever, put it back, put it back.
All right. I'm gonna move it then to dusk.
All right. We're gonna. Would moving or flipping a lever, would you say would be a bonus action, perhaps? I want to fire. What I want to do is
It's,
fire a couple of lightning blasts above the levers in case something's flipping them, and meanwhile move over and flip that right one back where it was.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So you discharge your spell. It doesn't seem to like land or connect with anything, and then you go over there and you flip the right lever back up.
Yeah.
All
Hope for the
right.
best.
George, it is your turn.
And move over also to where the switches are. Like, maybe we should flip the one switch that hasn't flipped yet. The head of the game. Take control.
Are you flipping
I put my
the?
hands on it. I put my hands on it so that it doesn't, that if I can restrict its flipping, if it does so on its own, I'm now holding on to it. So I would either resist it
Okay.
if it tries to flip by.
Yeah, that sounds good. Amon.
All right. Trying to figure out if So I have something called shape water. What I'm thinking is we have the decanter of endless water. Maybe we can flood the entire well, and then I'll freeze it
Ooh.
so that we can kind of play around with the switches without triggering more of these like blasts. Because I don't think I could take too many more of these.
Yeah. Same.
I don't know, but that, I mean, obviously I don't have the decanter. So
Who's got the
Mike.
thing that can see invisible?
I do.
If
No. Well, I have my lantern on. So do I see anything?
With the lantern of revealing,
Yeah.
what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is my passive wisdom perception is 16.
Yeah, you see something.
Yee.
All right. Well, what do I see? What's something?
So it's not readily apparent, and you're only seeing this because you have that high passive perception. The lantern of revealing isn't enough, but as you look up, 30 feet up the cylindrical chamber, there's a patch of the wall that is illusory. And staring down at you is the serpentine face of a naga. Let me...
Guys. And I I like stagger back and I point and I try to draw everyone's attention to the Naga's face. Do I get the sense that only I could see it, or is this something that just like was
Yeah, you're the only... You've got the lantern. You're... I guess, wait. I'm going to say it's you. Because you've got possession of the lantern. It's like attuned to you. You can see it. But the rest of the folks just see like the stone wall up there. But there's like a little... just revealed it on the map. There's like a small little hole in the stonework that reveals there's like a 15-foot by 15-foot nook chamber up there that he's using as his den.
okay.
Oi, what do you see up there, mate? I don't see anything.
Okay. I'm going to using it as this nook. All right. So I still got my boots on. Am I on my feet or was I knocked prone?
Not prone. You're on your feet.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leap or fly to this person's nook, grab the Naga, and grapple him back into the pit with me.
Okay. Go ahead and I guess the only question is your boots. Does it take an action to activate them to fly up there?
That's a good question. Let me.
No, those don't. I had them before. It's just basically it makes your move speed, flying speed, as well as.
Okay, then you can do this. Give me a strength check.
Strength check. All right. This is gonna be rough. Oh, it's not too bad.
No.
So, would you like to reroll?
Yeah, reroll.
yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wait. Also, could I use athletics instead of my strength? Just pure strength.
For this one, just a strength check
All right.
for a grapple to bring him down.
Okay. Fair. Ah. All right. Well, I tried.
So you're up there. He's blocking the
Do
like
we see him?
yeah, he's like flying up, and you see him reaching through the wall, and he's like trying to grab at something in there. And so Amon is just flying and hovering there, and like you can see. I'm gonna say actually, as you interact with the illusion, like it dispels it, so like everybody can see now what he is grappling at. It takes a moment for you to realize what's happening, but as you focus your attention on it, you realize that there is this large monstrosity that he is trying to pull out of its nest and bring down. That
Okay.
will bring us to Barabbas.
Okay. Arwen, are you down?
I thought I was down because of the 37. What was it?
24.
It was only
24
24.
points.
Yeah.
So you're okay. You said
Yeah.
like you were like collapsed, so I was just like,
Yeah.
is
No,
anybody
it's just-
below half
Just
health?
flavor.
Doesn't sound like it. Okay.
No.
I'm doing all right.
All right. So we can see him fighting the Naga up there.
Yeah.
I will attempt to Sacred Flame it.
All right. Let me see if mine are going to come in here. Yeah, it did come through. I got 23.
That is a successful save.
All right.
Yeah, that's it then.
And then that'll bring us, I think, around. That was a full round. Back to the Naga. Naga is. Whew. He's gonna cast Blight on Amon. So give me a Constitution saving throw.
Thanks.
Amon's a healthy boy.
All right, so you're only going to take half of this. Can I roll the? Is that gonna? Oh shoot! I'm just gonna roll the dice here. So the total would be 36. You'll take half and take the would it be 18?
All right. Is that all you got?
Famous last words.
It hisses at you in abyssal. All right, that will bring us next over to Arwen.
Before that happens, just said, since I can't see on the board, can I assume that I am close by where that was?
So the Naga is like, I don't know if you can see on the map. The Naga is up here. So he's like 30 feet up. Amon flew up because he's got boots of flying and he's up there like kind of grappling with it. But the rest of you are down on the floor here.
See it, but the battle hasn't come back down.
No, not yet.
Okay, and I just got us all rerolls, and that put us over the top.
Oh, thank you so much for the donation. So what was that? 5 more rerolls. So you're back up to 12 rerolls in the pocket.
Yes.
Thanks, Adrian.
I'm going to use a Witch Bolt on the Naga.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to pause play here because Ken Robinson wants to know, what does an abyssal hiss sound like? There you go. All right. Can proceed with the Witch Bolt.
21 lightning damage.
21 lightning damage. All right.
Oh.
Yeesh. And then that
that sounds like that.
That remains. That's all right. Yeah, that's a big strike. And you just see that there's this line of connectivity between that electricity between Arwen's fingertips and the Naga. Nicely done. That will bring us next to Dusk.
All right. If I was wondering, could I, because I got 2 attacks, right? Could I zap him with lightning with 1 attack, and the other attack throw Amon the fan, so that on the following turn he can
I'll see.
flip of the wrist and try to knock that dude off the.
Sure.
Yeah.
First resolve the attack.
All right. There we go. Looks like it's going to be a 17 to hit.
A 17
for a 20.
Will hit.
Hey, for 20. Wait, it said 21 and then it changed. Oh, I'm reading yours. 13 lightning damage.
All right. And then as far as like throwing the fan up there, just give me like a ranged attack.
All right.
I'm looking for a 15.
Guess that'd be the same roll for that. Oh, reroll. Oh, yeah, exactly 15.
Got the 15.
Nice.
Amon, give me just a low DC sleight of hand. Just needs to be get a 10.
Oh,
No.
Reroll that.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
There you go.
And you got it. So you have the wind fan in your hands now. All right, that'll bring us to George.
It's on the wrist.
Activity's too far out of range for anything that I've got besides, Toll the Dead. I'll clean that up in its direction.
And that's a wisdom, right? Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oof, I better use one of my DM rerolls here. And I believe a 17 will make it.
So
Anything else, George?
I was saying, since I got a second attack, I really can't do that a second time.
No.
But I could take a disadvantage shot with a crossbow at it.
Toll the Dead would be your action.
And I get 2 attacks, but that takes up both of them, right?
Attack would be like if you were using a weapon.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we will move over to Amon, who I'm sure has a big play here.
All right. So I'm assuming I'm like standing next to him. I tried to grapple, that didn't work, and so I just move so that my back is now against the wall. And
So just to be clear, I'm picturing that you're still flying because he's like right where the opening is, and so he wouldn't have allowed you like past into the nook.
okay, well, I mean, he's standing to one side of it, right? Like meaning I could get around him.
No, you cannot.
Can I fly over him?
No, we're talking like a really small little piece of broken
Dang it.
wall. Like he'd
All right.
he'd be an impediment. He would not let you pass.
Is there any way that I could use the wind fan right now? The wind fan would presumably blow him further into the room, so I'm still flying outside, right?
Right.
Dang it. Okay.
I will say this. If you want to try to fly past him, we'll do kind of like George did earlier. If you can hit a DC 17 acrobatics, you can get in there.
I think what I would like to do instead, I think I'm pretty pissed off. I'm not used to being pushed around, but I'm in my puny human form. So what I'm gonna do is cast. Let's see. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him. Let's see.
You want to rethink it? If you read the description of the
Really?
spell, you probably wouldn't want to cast it.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, let me rethink it for a second. I think about it. And I changed my mind.
Yeah.
All right. Screw it. I'm gonna turn. How about this? I plan on turning into my giant constrictor snake form.
Okay.
I'm going to like basically land next to him or get in front or try to basically grapple him back onto the floor.
Okay.
Nice.
So the ruling I'm going to make here is you can transform as a bonus action, right? You're that type of druid.
Yep.
And as you're falling, you can make your constrict attack. If it lands, you'll grab him and pull him down with you.
Yeah.
Right.
If not, then you're just free falling and you're down on the ground as a result. but looks like you're hitting a 22, so that's going to hit. And so you bring him
Nice.
down, and the two of you are going to fall 30 feet. You're both going to take 3d6 damage,
All right.
but he's also taking the 15 from your constrict.
Could I potentially use Featherfall to save Amon while allowing the other one to take the fall?
Sure. Yeah. You can do that as a reaction.
All right, Featherfall.
I'm just imagining this like snake, this massive snake, like slowly falling down to the floor. I'm probably so big that y'all have to kind of make room for me because I'm a very big boy right now.
All right. So you've got the Naga pulled out there. He's on the ground, grappled.
He took 15 damage.
And he took 15 points of damage. And the constrict is also a restrain, so if anybody goes up to the snake and makes a melee attack, it'll be at advantage. Or any attack will be at advantage right now.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to turn it over to Barabbas.
All right, well, I'm going to make a melee attack. And I'm going to reroll that.
And you can re-roll it at advantage.
For all the good it did me. Does 16 hit?
16. Let me just see. Yes, 16 does hit.
Okay. For a whopping 5. Non-magical damage if it matters.
On this one, it does not. He takes all of that. So
Amon, how hurt are you? Do you heal whenever you shapeshift and stuff? Do you need healing? You're muted.
I do need healing, but then I'm in my snake form, so I have all my hit points.
Okay. Don't worry about it right
Yeah. Well, as soon as I turn back into a human, I'm going to be like a bleeding mess.
now. Sure. That's forever away. We won't think about that right now.
all right. So it becomes the Naga's turn. And the Naga is going to cast...
Is he constricted right now?
He's
Has he got a
constricted. What's that?
No, I didn't know
Oh.
if that affects like the casting.
No. He casts a spell and disappears. He's not in your grasp anymore, Amon.
I thrash about angrily.
So for the moment,
me too.
For the moment, we're going to drop out of initiative order.
Okay.
You're looking about. You're waiting for him to strike. You're maybe here like in the anxiety of this moment or in this battle, like just looking around for him, waiting. Nothing happens for like the next 5 minutes.
Mm.
You use that lantern
All right.
again?
Yeah, it's been subsumed, so I'm gonna turn back into my druid. If you want to heal me, that would be great.
What's your current hit point?
And then yeah, I look around using my lantern of revealing. Do I especially look back into the nook? I think my shoes are still active, so I could just go up there now, right?
Sure. Yeah, you fly back up there, and you'll
Right.
find that he's got some treasures that he's secreted away up there. You're
Very
going to
nice.
find 3 amber gemstones that are worth 100 gold pieces each. There is a carpet of flying that is tucked away up there, and there is a spell book which contains a number of spells. I won't bother reading it off with the time where it's at, but there's a spell book with a number of spells. Nobody in here is a wizard, but you'd be able to pawn this off and sell this for some amount of money.
Awesome.
Nice.
I give at least the flying carpet to. I think that's useful. Someone should take that.
Whoever's the slowest.
Probably
What-
me.
Probably the dwarf, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All right.
But we didn't find a poem.
Well,
No, we didn't.
you look around for it.
Yeah, I see these things that are hanging from the ceiling. I can't remember if you told us what they were.
Yeah, those are the books that are written in a language that I couldn't read.
Oh, there's more than 3. I was thinking there was only 3 for some reason.
There's a ton. There's a ton
Yeah,
of them. They're just hanging off the walls and such. And so if you deliberately go around and you look at each one, you will find that one of them is the book that you're looking for.
All right.
I was saying we could just keep bringing them one at a time to the guy if we couldn't read them.
Well, the one that is the poem you can read. I was just describing the one book that you initially went up to. You couldn't.
Got it. Well, I mean, we can't go back yet because the room is still right. The room is still 180. Right?
The room is still 180.
Couldn't we pull down the middle
Did it look
lever?
like that?
Wouldn't that reset us or bring us closer?
Amon, you're gonna go do that?
Hold on, not without
Us,
some
before we do
heals
that,
first.
why don't we all get up? Why don't we all get up to where it's safe, and I'll
Yeah.
pull those levers while we're up there.
And Barabbas, I need some healing.
Okay.
You will.
Well, I'm gonna do my channel divinity, which for if anybody's below half, I can give 30 hit points.
Nice.
So
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not below half.
Oh,
I think
I am below half.
yeah, I think Amon's the only one that's below half. So you're at half health. Done.
Okay, so I just get plus 30.
Whatever it takes you up to whatever your half. I can do like 30 hit points, but it can't raise anyone over half health. So
Got it.
you go to whatever half health is.
All right, thank you.
And then I'm hearing a plan to clamber up into the nook, which is doable. You can just climb on the chains that hang onto these books. You can,
and the carpet.
Yep, with enough.
There we go.
I'm not gonna make you all do like checks or whatever. Like over time, eventually you'll climber up there, and so you all are up there. You're healing yourselves up, and then Dusk, you've got a plan to trigger the middle lever.
If we do
Yeah.
that, is it
Yeah, I
possible
can use
that
a
the
mage
room will
hand.
turn and we'll get trapped in this room?
I'm gonna give you guys some more healing too. Oh yeah, that's a good point. We should probably clear out.
Oh
that
yeah, it
thing
might be
before
bad
we
if we
do
rotate
it.
the room while we're in this nook, huh? What if the rotate
Rotate,
crushes us?
rotate, and our door disappears.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, maybe we should wait. How many can fit on the flying
idea of
carpet?
going-
Can
The
above?
entire group can fit on it. Yeah.
Oh nice.
You want to do that instead?
I think we do.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea, maybe. And then mage
Oh,
hand
in the
flip.
cantrip order.
Yeah.
Okay. I also am casting Prayer of Healing, which heals everybody for 14.
Okay, so everybody take an additional 14. You get on the flying
like that
carpet,
idea, but-
and Dusk, you use your mage hand to flip that middle lever, and the chamber flips around, and you now have access to leave the chamber.
All right.
Nice.
So we all cruise down the hallway in style on
Yeah,
the carpet.
Arwen is running out of that. Oh no, that's right. We're on the carpet.
All right. Carpet flies down through the doorway, gets into the hallway, and the Naga slithers around the corner and is going to shoot a lightning bolt
This guy.
right onto
We're all
the
grouped up.
right onto the carpet. So you can all do a dex save.
Okay, deck safe.
I think we've proven that we cannot do dex saves.
Right. Oh, you.
Ooh, I'm all right.
Okay, I'm re-rolling that, guys.
I got a 16, which I'm.
We still need,
hoping
what
is
was
good.
it, 17 or what was it last time?
I believe it was 17.
Yeah.
Let me just double check.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it is 14.
Oh, 14. Okay.
Oh, it was
I will not
17
reroll.
last time when it was like
was the
shot from the
explosion.
heavens.
The explosion. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The lightning. Yeah. Anyway.
I got a 16 and deployed absorb elements just in case.
All right. This is an upcast lightning bolt.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
It's going to
Holy
be
Goodness.
50
Nice round
total.
number.
If you saved, you get 25. Did anybody use rerolls there?
I used one.
You
Yeah.
used one.
What was the DC to save?
14.
Oh, good. All right.
25 points. Holy shit.
Now I bet people are below half health.
Yeah, for sure.
What happened there?
And then one more time, roll me initiative. And this will be the final little bout here for the session.
Would it be lower?
George, you had a 6?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if we should waste a reroll on that.
All right. Wow. The Naga gets a 20 on the initiative, so he is going to be up first after the surprise.
Oh, dang.
He's gonna cast Dominate Person on. He's gonna cast it on Dusk. Could you give me a Wisdom saving throw?
All right. I think that might be a poor choice if I remember correctly, because I got resistance, I think. Is that correct? Do Getzer I get resistance to that? It's resistance to psychic. I guess that's different.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a thing for charm
All
or
right,
not.
here comes wisdom save. Oh, that's not a good roll. Reroll that.
Reroll.
I thought it was a 20. Oh, no. Oh, that's a 20. They look the same. All right, there we go.
Okay, there you go. With the reroll, you managed to avoid getting dominated by him.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
My
and
D&D
then
Beyond dice look the same on the 1 and the 20.
Dusk, it's your turn. Naga's at the end of the hall. You're like halfway down the hall. I think you're the one that is directing this carpet, so...
Don't go down.
Is he wearing any metal?
It is not. Just scaly
All right.
skin.
All right.
Wait, and we can't run away on the carpet into the other room?
Dusk can do whatever he wants to do with it on his turn.
Let's say we charge this guy right head on. I don't know.
All right, you go.
Shoot
You
him a
charging
couple times
forward. Go ahead.
on the way in. 19 to hit for the damage always rolls later for some reason on my thing. 11, a lightning.
All right.
And a second shot coming up. That's only 11 to hit, so I should re-roll that, I think.
Yes.
15. Well, maybe.
15 will hit. That's what you need.
All right. There's 7 more lightning. And they're charging right into him.
All right. You're
So
charging,
people can do their thing.
flying right in with the carpet of flying. Arwen, it is your turn.
Okay, this might not be the smartest thing. I should probably cast Blade Ward, but I'm gonna Eldritch Blast
All right.
with my two beams. Okay, that's 8,
That's
and
good.
then one more, right? One. And
So-
another, so 19 total damage.
So lightning is shooting off of the flying carpet. These blasts are coming from Arwen. Barabbas, what are you doing on this turn?
I'm gonna use Channel Divinity to heal everybody.
Bit of healing is happening on top of the flying carpet. Amon, what would you be doing during this turn? I think you're muted.
You mute.
And don't overthink it, because we're just for flavor getting what's going on.
So I am going to cast Tidal Wave to try to knock him down. And then as soon as that is over, I use my bonus action to turn into a. Actually, I'm not gonna. I'll hold on to it because I'm on the carpet, so that wouldn't make any sense.
So the carpet's flying. There's a tidal wave that's coming, and it's like conducting all the electricity that's shooting off of dusk. Arwen's hitting it with these blasts. There's healing. You're feeling rejuvenated. How about George? What are you doing as the train car is coming crashing down? I would guess you're probably no more than like 5 feet. Like once you're in the hallway, like like you're in this tight corridor, but you're rushing forward on the speed of the carpet.
I was like, I'm leaping off at the Naga to make an attack.
Yeah, and you come down with remind me what your weapons are. Swords?
Got a rapier and a hand crossbow, just coming down like to poke fire as I stick it.
You deliver the final blow as you like pierce right through its chest with the rapier, and then point blank shoot the crossbow right into its head, and it just like turns to ash and is washed away from the tidal wave that Amon cast. And so, nicely done. You did everything that you needed to do in that chamber, and you've got the poem book, so you're going to be able to go back to the statue, place that in the hands of the guardian, who is then going to open up the secret passage down to the tomb where the lore master is at.
Right.
You'll waken him up, and he will tell you that there is a way to undo the wish spell, and the only way to do that is with another wish spell. But
Of course.
the Queen Sphinx from aeons before of old, her spell book is still within the library, and he can direct you to where it is. The problem is there is a young adult red dragon that has burrowed its way into this library and has a treasure trove of books. Like the most rare books are with this dragon, and you would have to go and either parlay with it, deal with it, or somehow get access and ask it to borrow the spell book, or kill it and take the spell book so that you could use the wish in this way. Or if you're a particularly evil group, you've got a spellbook that has a wish that you can cast. You could find a way to fly off this mote of earth and say, sorry, people, we're going to go use this wish spell on our
Adios.
other plan. So, yeah, so nicely done. Congratulations. Hope you guys had a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun playing with you.
Really cool adventure.
Exciting layout.
Yeah, I love the art,
See
too.
inside your mind of what you created.
Yeah, I didn't really do it. It didn't come up exactly, but the Naga can use the flying carpet. So like, he didn't do it because
nice.
because Amon was up there in his face. But if he had the opportunity, he would have used it to fly out and like hit you and maneuver around and keep out of the melee for sure. Luckily, you're a fairly ranged group, so like George was probably the biggest one that really was hoping to have it down in melee to beat up on it. But
yeah.
And I'm just looking at the chat here. Yep, Tuck says no fear, charge. A great way to action-oriented way to close things out. Ryan, it was good to see you. Yeah, thanks for watching. Isaac, good to see you. Fallout Vault, thanks for hanging out. I was glad that you were here, and thanks Ken Robinson. Thank you for forcing me to do the abyssal snake voice, I guess. And thanks everybody for donating, because we crossed over that threshold. We're at 1505, so we're going to be doing 2 giveaways tonight. if you're just stopping in right now and you don't know what the heck's going on, that's okay. Type into the chat !ticket, and you'll get entered into a giveaway. We're going to be giving away 2 of these adventure books from the module that we were just playing. And if you're coming in late, but you were wondering what we're up to, we're raising money for Children's Wisconsin. The link to donate is there in the chat. I'm just going to give everybody just a second here to redeem their ticket, 1 ticket per person. But while I'm monkeying around with my stream setup and trying to figure out how to close and draw the giveaway, any random thoughts from you, the players, or things to plug, cool things you got coming up that we need to share or talk about?
I'm just really glad that you let me take that guy off his little nook. That was like, I was thinking about like the Undertaker throwing mankind off.
Oh yeah.
In whatever the hell in a cell.
Yep.
And so that was my first time like playing in Foundry, my first time playing on Twitch, my first time playing a Druid. So I was all over the place.
Nice.
But thanks everybody for being patient with me while I figured out my all this
You did
stuff.
great, man. You did great.
That was
First time Druid. Oof.
That's great. Fun.
The self-sacrifice, like high risk, high reward kind of thing is always like cool to see.
Yeah, I've only started playing since like basically the pandemic is when I picked it up, and I was DMing the entire time, so I actually don't have a ton of experience playing. So this is great.
All right. Well, we are going to close our giveaway for tonight. And we're going to draw, we've got a number of people in here. This is probably the biggest pool of entrants that we've had all weekend for our giveaways. Let's, my drum roll noise is about as good as my abyssal snake noise, so I'm probably not going to do it. I'll just do, and we'll draw a winner. And the first one up is Jeff Boyardee. Oh, man.
Hey, Jeff.
I think that's a double winner because I think Jeff, you got something on night 1, so that's awesome. So that's going to make my shipping like really easy because I can just put them in the one package there. So awesome. Thanks, Jeff. And we've got a second one coming up here. That one is going to my dear friend Isaac. I'm wondering what he might say about this because I know he already bought one. So no pressure, Isaac, but I thought he would say that. He says reroll. So we'll draw another winner here. And Nathan.
Nice.
Hey.
So you got one coming your way too. So that's awesome.
All right.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for playing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the donations. This is really meaningful for me to be able to do this every year. This is our first time participating in Tabletop Weekend. Usually our Extra Life thing we do kind of like around Thanksgiving. Like we used to do it the day after Thanksgiving actually would be a big game day, but I'm expecting an addition to the family in September, so I'm guessing I'm not going to be up for doing like a big Extra Life thing this year. So it was cool that we could kind of front load it on the year, and I'm glad to see everybody kind of helping out and supporting it. It's just such a good cause, and we're happy to be a part of it. So
Well, thank you for running everything, Alex, and for everything you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for the rerolls.
Yeah. Amen. We needed them.
Well supported.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So as I'm looking here, I gotta explain this because normally we would close things out and we would do a raid to like another D&D streamer or a tabletop streamer, but if you don't know what I do, like professionally, I work at a college for a program that works with like first generation students, limited income students, students with if you know what a TRIO program is, I work for a TRIO student support services program, and one of my students is like in esports, and he's like the captain of like the esports team or whatever. And so he saw us streaming here, and he sent me a message, and I'll just kind of read it. He says, "I don't normally ask for this, but when you're done streaming, would you send your viewers to Lakeland Esports on Twitch because they are doing a charity stream tonight. They're doing, I think somewhere in here he told me what it is. Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to send us on a raid over there. We'll learn something about it and see what they're up to. And I'm doing this, to support one of my students. So we're going to send a raid over there. And I don't know anything about the esports stuff. Like, I played Fortnite like once, and I was like died like immediately. So I don't know much about it. But we'll give it a shot here. We'll do a raid to Lakeland Esports. Thanks again, guys, for playing. Come join us in our Discord server. We've got a lot of games that are looking for players. Adrian's got one open right now for Delta Green. I know Casey is looking for long-term campaign players for the new Vecna campaign that's coming out. We got tons of one-shots and stuff. So Discord server is a great place to just chat with us. Usually after our games, we're hanging out in the General 2 voice channel, just chatting and bullshitting or whatever. So if you're ever free, come join the Discord and just hop on in. You don't need a personal invitation. You just jump in and we'll start chatting with you. So cool. All right, we'll push the raid out. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.